Okay. So what's going on, right? Locking my doors in my car. Make sure I got my keys in my pocket. There we go. Also making sure I got my... Got that. Do you want that? Yeah, I do have one. Okay, good. So we just go in randomly live. The event's not actually supposed to start until 4:30. But I'd rather get everything, you know. I see some guys that are gearing up here. So we're gonna go together with them. See what they're doing.
It's easy to do. How you doing? David. The racist people are here.
Hi, how are you?
Good. David.
Hi, I'm Mark.
Mark. John Beavers?
I
Yeah,
recognize
the
his
racist
shirts.
people.
Yeah.
You're the racist? Okay, I
Every
guess
day.
I'm with you.
We're here. Racist for free
Can you
speech.com.
take a picture for me?
What, do you need a camera?
No, I just want a picture of us holding this flag to piss them off.
Well, of course. And this is live, by the way, so if you want to, for what it's worth.
It don't matter.
So we're gearing up here with the racists.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you want another name for yourself? Or?
No, I've been called that so many times.
Yeah, I don't know if it's taken or not.
Yeah,
There we
it's
go.
a good one.
Okay, I got a couple.
I've been called that so many times. Okay.
Well, it's kind of
It's
the
just going to
thing.
make them mad because they don't know what it is.
Yep. Not a flag.
The Kyrgyzstan one was good last time.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were
that
like-
was funny.
that was-
You know,
The keg, yeah.
Now I'm bringing this. It has a tomahawk and arrow on it.
What? So what is?
I'm
is-
Choctaw.
You're Choctaw. What's this flag though?
It's the Choctaw Nation flag.
What's Choctaw?
It's a Native American from.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If somebody
yeah.
just Googles Choctaw flag,
Yeah, they'll see what's going on. Well, that's good.
it should trigger them.
Trigger them. Now, were we supposed to pay for
No.
park parking? Okay, I saw that and there was no one there last time they were there, so that's good. Oh, don't want to run into anyone.
Hey, did you see that SUV that went up on the sidewalk in New York? Yeah. Yeah. I think that fire in London was.
Don't put me on any live stream until after 5 p.m.
Oh, you're so.
Yeah.
Just stay. Okay. You did not see that person. That person was not. That was she's not there.
I'm Rachel. I did the pictures of the last one.
Hi.
Hey, it's nice to
I'm-
see you
I'm
again.
Mark.
We talked for a bit at the last rally.
Yeah.
I was taking pictures.
Yeah, I did a student in an interview here a week ago, so I wanted to follow up.
Nice.
So, yeah, I was surprised you guys got. Did you get permission on campus? Is that what happened here?
I believe Joey did.
He must have, because I don't think he would have done it unless he had
He was
permission.
invited by a student. So that's what he said on the site last night.
Well, which makes
We are
sense.
student invited. So.
Good. Very cool. Very cool.
He's got his own armed security.
Are is
I did. I don't know how to do it.
Tap the screen.
Oh, you just got the screen. I was
Oh,
tapping the
see, now they
screen.
go.
All right, I got it now. I got you. I got you.
Where's your security guards? I want a picture of them too. You don't need them, huh? Nope. He sat in there for like a quick second. It's like, yeah, dude.
He said,
Fucking-
he said that's all you got? All right.
He grabbed the
All right.
shirt too. And that was the best. You ain't going nowhere.
My favorite part though is when you giggle. You giggle a little bit.
He did. And then you're going to jail. Dude, that was just so funny. He grabbed the shirt and just. Bam! I'll help you to it.
When Leo asked him, yeah, I'm good. They're on their way. And he's gonna do execution on the roundabout. So,
Hi, John.
he's like, how are you? He told me if you see anybody, don't let them go down there yet.
Hi.
I may switch.
All right.
This connection's kind of variable, so.
That's all you're gonna be doing. Is just video. You're like, yeah. Yeah. And then get real close to the press guy. He's like, yeah, you missed it in the first video. But I got you now. I got you.
Okay, guys.
So somebody asked me why.
It's another rainy day in Evergreen College here. Nice green. If you want to go to a green place, it's nice and green.
I don't think I've met you. Thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. I'll remember. We'll call you. Stick with it.
But they say it's not a real name on Facebook.
Yeah, you know.
It was sad. Because just the whole time it was a shitstorm. Right after they totally sacked Bernie Sanders just for the nomination alone, you know, saying he's a Jew and shit, like, holy fuck, you know. And then they give the worst fucking candidate ever, Hillary Clinton. And, you know, I couldn't help but fucking, you know, Trump all the fucking way. You know.
You went Trump? You didn't go middle of the road? You didn't go liber funnian?
Throw away
Hey
your
guys,
fucking
pictures
vote.
are starting. I know you guys are crass, but yeah, I'm still on picture.
I want to be next to Demi.
Ready? There you go. Can you pop in just a little bit closer? Try, yeah, stab his eye with that and roll just a bit. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
I'm getting my picture taken and taking a selfie.
I got a picture.
We're gonna go find them. They're in parking lot B. That's the next one up. Who's in parking lot B?
It was a little confusing to try to find this little parking lot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I actually just, I wasn't sure which one it was, so I just kind of was roaming around.
All right. So the easiest way.
So are we supposed to move or?
Walk right through there.
Yeah.
I can take two.
So everyone's going over there. He's going to go too, or?
They've been patrolling that the whole day.
So B is there. We're supposed to be over there. Can we just walk over? Can we just walk over? I'll walk over to the main parking lot.
Looks like it.
Looks like we found the wrong space. Can we
got him over here, we got him here.
well we can just walk over there, right? We don't really have to move our cars, do we?
I'm keeping my cars with everybody else's.
Our
They're going to try to run up on our car.
Yeah, okay.
If they cause damage, anything they can. So.
All right, good point. Well, I guess I'm gonna move the car. Better safe than sorry here. We have no idea what's going to happen here, but parking lot B, I guess. Whoa, maybe interrupted momentarily. Oh. Don't want the cops to see that. while filming doesn't seem like a red hot idea. So, parking lot B, huh? Where's everybody? I don't know if you guys got that. The connection here is really bad. Sorry about that. I know that we were requested to all be in the same place, so I'm just kind of following along with the group here. Hopefully, it looks like the bars are pretty good, so we should get better connection here in a second. Let me grab my Okay. Very bad connection still. Shoot. If someone can tell me, yeah, if someone can tell me if how bad the reception's been, that would be helpful. Because it says very bad connection, but I don't know how bad it is. Meaning, is it intolerable? There's not a lot going on right now, so I'm just gonna have to keep an eye out. Cool. Okay, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's going to stay good, so thanks for the info, though.
I told camera, I was like, no.
Hey, you want to help me hold this?
No?
People, guys, because they don't know what it is. It's my Native American flag. Choctaw. They don't know what it is, so they're going to be angry. Hey, what is that, a snowflake? Hey, can I get a picture with that flag? This is the new, no, I've got to. This people off. Do you have a waterproof? Probably not.
Go ahead, laugh.
I forgot my pole at home, so.
People get offended and everything.
Your bedroom?
Ain't much.
Well, that's what the whole thing is about, is getting that resistance to being offended.
Yeah, I don't fucking get offended by much of anything.
They're coming to fight the racists who are here to fight racism. My girlfriend was trying to figure this out. She's like, so are you going to be the protesters or the protectors? I said, depends on who I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm going to protect them if they need it.
Well, yeah, we're not here to start I hope no one's here to start a fight.
No.
We're here to have a conversation,
Never
hopefully.
start fights.
I'm only here to stand and be the dirty soldier.
Well,
I'm not a vegetarian.
WFF.
Just the dirty. I'm just going to stand in the line so people can do that talking.
There you go.
Let me know when you get those put in service. Why are you being so jumpy?
I know I'm
Short girls, that's why.
No, you're not. Raised with brothers, I'm smart.
I don't want hair. Traitor.
Yeah, he needs to start Cali all this
Oh, I'm
haven't I?
Yeah. Eugene, not the train home.
I was lucky to hit time. She told me no. She took me another 2 hours. It took me 3 hours to get to Vancouver.
I know it. Yeah, he lives in like Roseburg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was told you there.
Yeah.
How about you?
Vancouver.
Okay.
Very small group so far.
There you go, right there. He was asking about that. I don't know anything about the Washington side. But like, it's fake. Yeah?
Yeah, we're in the same group.
Are you? Okay. Nice.
So what is the
He was asking. I'm not afraid of
CSC Media Group?
You can tell him.
You just can't tell those guys.
We don't know.
Common sense conservative.
Oh, okay.
I just don't want to answer anybody. I'm just gonna put my head down next time I'm asked.
Well, when you're threatened the first time, yeah.
I just don't like how he came out. That's why I didn't say anything.
We were in there, and then a guy
Joey.
came up and asked. He asked if he's like, "Are you the common sense conservative?" And they were like,
Well, you guys got a bad rep?
"Oh, we're on the wrong side of the coin to those guys."
Yeah.
But I mean, as for like what we do and stuff, you know, I mean, we just take footage. We don't cut it, edit it to try to make people look stupid. They do a good enough job on their own. So they don't like that. They don't like that people are actually putting out the whole picture instead of like what the media's doing.
Well, CNN got caught red-handed playing their staging games. You know, I'm like,
You bet.
well, was it in London or where? What? Oh, it was in London.
It was right after the attack when they got all those like what 15 or so women
bunch of us standing in a parking lot.
sitting there.
Holding there, yeah. And I was like, if you told people that's what you did, that would be one thing. Oh, we got a bunch of the people here to, you know, just set it up correctly. They were fine, but because they didn't, it just made it look bad. It's like, be honest.
Joey wanted everybody to like fuck over there for one, but number two, when he gets here, he's gonna have speaking.
The cops said to park over here.
The
And
cops did,
on his site, he put parking lot B.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's here.
but he wants to do like his speaking part at that first roundabout out there off campus,
Oh, because it has a nice Evergreen sign there.
probably.
An optic.
Optics. See that we're telling you the whole story here. So if you see the optics, it's kind of out of the way to get optics.
Every time somebody says optics, I'm like, what are you talking about scopes for?
Yeah. No one's shooting anyone. Okay, stop it.
Hey, Greg. You pop that and we'll put this in.
Yep. I read the tape.
Those people that are afraid of raindrops.
We're just waiting. We don't want to get wet any more wet than we have to at the moment. I know.
Just assume you're going to get soaking wet.
I know.
Just assume that's the state of being.
I know. And I'm not taking this umbrella up there with me. You're not? No. Oh, I know.
Now, it could be presumed a weapon. You know, you don't want something to be presumed. No, I'm kidding.
No, I got that right here.
Oh, don't tell me that. I don't want to know.
Just kidding.
And there are some police presence here, but it's very peaceful. No protesters so far. Do you think the protesters can find the college campus?
We don't know. They're not educated in metropolitan directions, so.
I was in there before, but every other time in there hasn't been more than about 3 or 4 dozen of them. When we were sailing, there was only 5 of them.
So are you with the conservative? You're a part of the same group. You're the. All right, fair enough. I'm actually wondering what the effect the rain will have.
Now we're gonna go. There's stand right now.
Maybe you can watch on the side of the head with a stick.
I go, that's stand with it. That way.
So far I'm only one streaming. The rain has definitely kept some people away, which is good.
Yay! Yay!
What? No!
Remember the one that sent me the video that opened my phone and I couldn't get on it?
So we'll see how the coverage works. You shouldn't work very well on these trees. I've actually been avoiding the trees. But just for fun, I'm going to go into take a walk to the other parking lot, kind of explore the picturesque campus of Evergreen. I mean, talk about a nice place to go to school. You know, it's one of the beautiful things about Washington is the rainforest that you have surrounding all of Washington. You don't see it very much in Seattle. You don't realize, because of the concrete jungle, the kind of beautiful surroundings you are in terms of being in a rainforest. But here you actually get to see the rainforest. You know, what a beautiful location for a college, right? You know, it could also be an intimidating place with people hiding behind trees, but hopefully that's more of a projection than a reality. But there's the parking lot I left from. Very short walk, and apparently it's a parking lot that the organizer was supposed to show up in, and everyone's pretty left that parking lot except for one car. And actually, you know what, I'm gonna walk over to the where we're going for the optics. The optics. What was that comment? Can you comment again? I missed it, and I'm watching now. So it's just a short walk to the optics. A general. Well, maybe I better go back. Something's going on over there. We'll miss the optics. So let me see. Main campus. See, they have an emergency pole and say something goes horribly wrong.
We have to practice our camping skills, but we'll wait till you go by.
Camping skills. What kind of camping skills might those be? Okay.
Get out of here.
Got it. I could be accused of things. Okay, I'm moving on. Okay. More people are showing up. Camping skills, that's funny. Okay. You know. Oh, I guess there he is. I think that's him.
Have you studied the list or whatever? It's a pro wrestling move, the guy that Guard of the Galaxy, the big guy does. Oh, Batista do? Yeah. Batista. You can do the Batista on someone.
Huh?
Bringing more phones?
Gotta have more phones.
Not Ryan. I have like 20 phones. So we're gonna go back out to the roundabout.
Hey, where's
Dave at? Dave's in a car somewhere.
So what are you recording?
Right now I'm recording you.
I
So do you have
understand that.
anything to say to the world? Do you want to record it for the rest of your life, for the eternity?
I'm here to observe and defend myself if necessary. That's about it.
Do you have a political philosophy?
I believe in stoicism, and I believe in not letting anything bother you, just doing the right thing for the sake of doing the right thing.
Are any of the street preachers coming?
No.
How would you define stoicism?
They got stuff to do.
Stoicism is living within the predefined realms of the natural world, the natural laws of physics, the natural laws of living in a neighborly environment in the context of, well, brotherhood, technically.
Someone made a comment. I was just curious what they were saying.
But this isn't. It's called stoicism. It's epitetious. Marcus Aurelius talks about it. This isn't going to go on YouTube or anything, is it?
Yep.
It is.
That's everybody right there. Yeah. See that?
That's kind of the way, I feel, if you're in a public area like this, you can assume that, the thing is, when I do like these kind of events, I can't wait till you come up with those. Because it takes a lot to cut it, and then people can comment when occasionally I can catch a comment, it's better. I may have to switch to offline mode. But
say hi to.
Yeah, they're off camera now. I didn't even notice they're here. I sent it over.
Yeah, just assume people are live right now because we can go live. There's enough.
That's not live.
Yeah, that's live.
Thanks for joining our group.
Yeah, a lot of people are live. Or can be.
Notice we're not violent towards you.
Yeah, but you're okay. It's all going to be in context. That's another thing is I don't like to take people out of context. I like to give people context, so no one's going to be. Yeah. Sorry about that. I should put a little sign live, right? Here. No, seriously.
Hello.
Hello. I can't hear you.
I appreciate you.
In the bad way, yeah.
Yeah.
And she wasn't still out of control when I got there, but she was still just.
That's definitely a racist flag. That is out there.
It is. Red, white, and blue.
Do some deep breaths. Let's get the stretching out, push those feelings out. Okay, now let's do some of our breathing. Got her back. And we're right there. She gets in that fight or flight mode and it's on. I'm so sorry to have to deal with that today. Yeah, well, it's not like any other day.
Blessings and shit like that.
Right? Just me showing up to you.
Hey, David.
Danger!
Right here.
All people are welcome.
I ran the one thing right now. He's the one. Still didn't work.
So we are probably going to march out to that roundabout.
All right, guys.
Hey, how are you? Good. Where's your fucking blood? Hey, guys, listen up real quick. Hey, I want to give him a hug. Hey, no kick ass today, all right? Yeah. Hey, whether she's transsexual or not, she's got a dick, so.
It's all good. Just kicking me the sack of junk.
Now listen up, guys. We're gonna walk back to the roundabout so people can see us as they drive in. We'll chill there for a little bit, and we'll do a couple speeches, and we'll march in together. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool. So, if you guys are ready, we'll head in that direction.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh, they're already watching it. You gotta come over here. They can over there.
It means I survived poorly.
From one of my Saturday, I don't think so.
Hello.
Supposed to be waterproof.
You marching now? Yeah, you guys ready? Ready? Oh, look at that.
I'll let these guys go by. I'll trail them all. Just a small group so far.
Is that our van or is you? We'll find out.
Now remember, this was supposed to start about 5:30.
What's up? What's up?
You may know some people.
No, it's not. It's a friend. Or if it's a lover, I've never been loved. Oh, baby, you.
Yeah, bad coverage again. I'm gonna back away a little bit. Let them go through. God damn it. We're gonna have to fight through this. Fascist light. Okay. Now I know this area actually works with the coverage, but I'm sharing bandwidth with somebody right now. So hopefully it will come back to life. Looks like you're seeing something. Yeah, hopefully it'll come back to life. I know it's crap. I actually held back specifically because I wanted to try to avoid conflict with other people. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Are you with this group or?
I'm with the group, yeah, kind of, sort of.
Oh.
How about you?
My partner and I'm not sure he is, we're reporters from our local high school.
Oh, okay.
And we're just coming out to, so what group is this, I guess?
What? You know, that's a good question. It's kind of consortium of, it's a free speech group. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of conservatives, but there's also liberal free speech advocates. The primary function is to, you know, talk about free speech, talk about communication.
Okay.
So that kind of thing.
So this is the free speech group?
Yep.
Okay. And are you all from around this area, or?
Well, some of it, I know that many of them from Portland, Vancouver, from just around. You know.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. So it came back. Sorry about losing it there for a bit. This is the thing with live streams, especially when you're moving. You get what you get. Which is good, which is bad, which is what's going on. So now we're moving to the optics, where all the good signs all are. When I was here on Evergreen last, I did not get the good optics. I avoided them. I didn't avoid them, I just didn't bother to get them. So, moving out. Okay, hopefully. Police escort. Maybe that's a news. Maybe that's probably a reporter of some kind.
Where you're going? Where you're going? Well, yeah. I'm half guilty. I wasn't going
All right.
like this arm patch here. Okay. Where'd you get that from? You guys make those?
No, there's these ones are commercially made. My shirts are custom made.
Okay. Let's not
These are from
interrupt with traffic.
Viking wear.
Are we impeding traffic here? Probably. Don't want to get. So let me. Rain will keep people away.
5:30.
Now I'm going in back just to show you the optics. So this is the parking lot. So when you come into Evergreen, you can actually see the Evergreen State College. And this is kind of the group.
Alright, everybody say freedom!
I'm pretty sure I'm on the Yeah, come on louder, Tony.
So this is rather meadow right
Alright, so pretty much we got a lot of time to just sit around.
Everybody say pizza!
Pizza!
We got lots of time.
Took us out of the shelter of the vehicles. It rained on.
No.
Sunshine. So we're changing our name again?
This is called the baptism at Evergreen.
Right there's my name, man. That's right here. Right there's our name,
Evergreen Freedom Warriors.
Tiny, you need to be in that picture. You're missing out, Tiny.
I like the Evergreen Freedom Warriors.
You want to take some pictures? Oh, wait, you gotta hold the sign.
Here, I'll take pictures of you guys. Okay, you guys, it's typical. Look happy.
There you go. There you go. No.
Radios.
Okay, get together so that we can take one out.
Yep, still getting good coverage here, so this still a fairly small group. No protesters. Which is actually, I think, would be a very good sign. Very good sign if people didn't feel like they had to come and protest. I don't consider it a bust if no one protests.
So are you going to be marching to Red Square after this?
Thank you. High school reporters. Now they're finally getting the optics into play here. Is that good or is that bad when they beat their horns? We'll just say it's good. That way we don't have to worry about it being bad. So now the cameramen are getting the optics figured out here. Oh, we'll give her a picture. Because that's probably a lot what we're going to get here today is pictures. We'll see.
Is that the newer iPhone, so it's wet resistant?
It is not.
Brand's different. You get some of value, you take care of it. As replaceable as things are.
Well, you try anyways.
I got him to send me a black and paint, but I wanted one with a good size paint. They didn't quite understand, so he sent me the black and paint, and a cudgel. So what I'm doing, I found a brass pipe thing about this long, and I'm going to nape the two together, cut them down.
Yeah, some of these comments I'm trying to catch, but I'm only getting bits and pieces of them, so all I saw was complete idiot, so that didn't help much. So it looks like we're just going to be standing in the rain a lot.
This one was made by a Vietnam vet out of Albany.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the wife and I are going to go up Thursday. Okay, good. I figured you would. I figured the guys.
pretty sure that's what we're going to do because the girls get out of school and they're chomping at the bit to go do something at school. My wife works at the school, so she's like really jumping around. Like, she's chocolate cocktail. Not that we even really care. But you know what I mean. Yeah. We're ready to camp.
Yes, we will eventually. We're going to gather here and hang out here and give people a chance to arrive till it's time.
That's a very aggressive sign. That's a very aggressive sign. Let's talk.
Well, it's her sign. I knew that one was going to get attention.
Well,
I said, if they say they want to talk to me, it's going back to her.
yeah, there you go. That's the right message.
Yeah, it is. Both sides are good. Both sides. And
Yeah.
they were out shooting guns.
So if they're being hateful, you use that against them, and you turn it around and say, let's talk.
That's right.
There you go.
Cover all of it.
And I got
Because a lot of organizations really benefit from a lack of communication.
And it's like a talk show kind of atmosphere. Hysterical.
oh my best, man.
The 5 cops that decided to follow me when I was lost.
There's always a lot of irony in these things.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool. The patch is getting spinning.
Small groups that are coalition.
I'm that's why I'm trying to do this. I don't want it ever growing too big.
Yeah. And it's good to hear you say that, because I see that smaller groups are going to be better. This rain is kind of good in a way, because maybe it'll keep some of the fair weather friends away.
Yes. Hopefully everyone here is going to keep a nice cool head.
Well, the rain will keep people a little cooler. So no, yeah, it's a good thing.
Oh, were you? Yeah, right on. I was there. Where are you guys from?
Lots of shots. I mean,
Yeah, going under 80, people start complaining. I wasn't.
What's his name? I think Rick came up.
49 passenger vans spraying water everywhere. 80.
Rick came up to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rick came up next to me when I was driving below 80, and he was just like,
What is that? No tax for segregation?
No tax dollars.
Okay, so
No tax dollars, meaning I've paid taxes in Washington State for 40 years, and I don't want any of my tax dollars going to a place that harbors criminals. Criminals.
Okay, which criminals are those? Just
The kids who detained people against their will and bullied themselves into submission.
So I was just reading an article that Michael Shermer sent out that was talking about there are places on campus that are there are people asking for segregated spaces for black only places. So you wouldn't support that?
No, that's segregation. It's segregation. We went through this already. It's segregation. No tax dollars for segregation. And no tax dollars for cry bullies.
The cry bullies.
Cry bullies. That's the other part of my sign.
Oh, okay.
The other part of my sign is no tax dollars for cry bullies.
Yeah, you still have to do your homework in other words.
Not always at this college.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That was one of their requests. That was one of their requests, is they didn't want to have to do their homework, that they would be excused from their obligations of doing their homework because they wanted special time for.
Yeah, then why
try
are you
bullying.
coming to college?
Well, yeah, I mean, where are their priorities? First off, yeah. No, I mean that's a fair question. But yeah, I like that. That's a good sign. Because after I read that article, I was really surprised there were that many colleges that are actually. Some people are doing it. Some people are considering it to giving these segregated spaces. I'm like, are you kidding me? But apparently they're serious.
Right.
They don't see the irony in it at all.
I know. Yeah, it's like, and that's why I think, I've paid taxes in Washington for so long, and so I feel like I have a right to say my opinion.
Well, this is your college.
I believe they should be. I believe they should be in jail. Seriously, for bullying and for refusing to let people leave. I mean, when you look at the video, they literally block.
I see you hiding in the bush. I see you. You're not very sneaky.
Now, one thing I will say is I have no interest in putting people in jail. Okay, just to be clear, because I don't know that putting more people in jail is solving this particular problem. But there should be consequences. It is a crime, and something needs to be. There needs to be consequences. Maybe community service.
There are students here on this campus that feel that they should be expelled.
I think they should be expelled.
I do too. I had a great conversation with one last night. She was actually on the event page and she was very, very angry and attacking people. And I pulled her off of the event page into a private chat. And she was really, really mad, but she was going off the stories that aren't true about why we're coming. And come to find out that she's actually very much of the same opinion we are, that was an unacceptable behavior, and that we're not here to say it's not okay to treat white people that way. We're here to say it's not okay to treat all people that way. And she agreed with that it was wrong and that they should be expelled. She's a student here, and she's a student of Brett's. And she loves him dearly, and she's appalled at what happened to him. So there's a good chunk of the student body that doesn't agree with the tactics that those people used.
Right. I mean, when you dismiss conversation directly, when someone asks, okay, you want to have a dialogue, you want to have a conversation, I'm willing to have a conversation. I don't want a conversation, I want you to leave the campus. That's the wrong message.
Yeah, you can't get anywhere. You're not going to resolve anything.
Yeah. Which is the same reason I'm like, as much good that can come from it should come from it as possible. I mean, that's my thing. And I think this is a good thing. So.
He says he doesn't want to run the movie. I approve this. Go ahead.
Oh, he came out in the open.
He's like, oh, I don't want to go public because I don't want to.
Yeah, they're over there walking through the.
Oh, the cops shoved him out of the bush.
What?
I didn't. Come on out of the trees. Show yourself.
She's okay. What's public to go? Thank you, Tiny.
Is that a swastika on his helmet? That looks like a swastika.
That looks like a swastika.
What's up, buddy? Hey, buddy.
He's got Antifa. I can't find my brand.
Who was with him when that guy?
Yeah, where are you guys? I'm outnumbered.
What does that mean, people like me? Huh? People like me? That's what he said. What was he? Who? The story you just said.
Oh, he's gay. You guys don't like people like me. I'm like, I love you.
See, I love Chalk Man's answer when those people are like, fuck you. Oh, is that a consensual offer?
I would have given him a hug. I mean, come on.
I like to say you.
I mean, no thanks, but thanks for the offer.
Thanks,
No,
I'm good.
yeah,
Thank you. I'm good.
Good answer, I like it.
This is when we were doing it. And that's what it is. I mean, ran into you. I'm sorry, man.
I'm trying to take a selfie with all
Because the jacket will keep my shirt dry. The pants are going to be wet.
It's all going to be done. Well,
Yep.
That's why I wore leather.
It's, you know, it's not the first time I'll be soaked to the skin from hanging out in the rain.
Made it! Good.
It's after 5, right?
Yes, Catherine can be on
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, well, she was more specifically here.
I would too.
So I guess we're just hanging out.
Yeah, yes you have. Look at this. There you go.
We're talking about.
The whole time.
Yeah, learning about. You got to do your research when you hear news. It's one of the things I have learned.
They were all smelling it, but they were smoking it.
I don't know if I'm.
Well, I don't think. Well, let's hope reason can make it through and emotions can be understood. More press. And the dog.
Yeah, we still just to let talk to you know. But I always appreciate it's a guy standing inside right now. You know, if you want to you got
Sounds like you guys are having a good conversation. Good.
Taking the lead, taking the lead.
Am I really the only guy trying to scream, huh? What is this hearts? These hearts on the ground.
I mean, it was only for a year. If you go in the neighborhood,
Are those the token protesters? I think it's more support than not lack of support. The police are running around just to keep things going. So you guys here?
We don't have anything to say.
What's that?
We don't have anything to say.
That's just. Are you part of Antifa?
We're not part of anything.
You're just here for your own personal recognizance. So okay.
We don't have anything to say.
All right, that's fine. Free speech is no speech at all. That's also speech. See? They're kind of timid when they're not in large groups. So, anyways.
He came to Olympia.
What they have to say?
We have nothing to say at all.
Nothing. So no dialogue.
No, but I asked them for if they were part of Antifa, and they said no. We're here for our own recognizance.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
And I told them that free speech is the right to no speech at all.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, hey, exercise it any way you like.
Yep.
You know.
I watch Dead Poets Society. I know what it's about.
There you go.
So, still a fairly small group. Looks like those guys decided not to stand around after all, which is normal, probably smart. Gee, you're going in circles.
Hello. Well, one thing in particular that's really frustrating. Yeah, I got into it. They're basically being assaulted, they're being yelled at, they're being arrested.
So I would say I'm going to make the prediction that honking the horn is support. Well, the problem is a lot of things they want are segregation, you know, and I think that's why we need to really point out the very stark positions they're taking is a matter of segregation. And the language they use on Evergreen State College is that of a segregated ideology, where white people referred to as allies, not as members of the community, but as an other. And in this call to have people, to have spaces specifically designated for people of color is sort of an extreme request, you know, that are they a part of the community or not? So that's why I'd say it's more. Yeah, Antifa's not here. Two guys that look like they might be Antifa when I asked them chickened out. So yeah, I think we know now that snowflakes melt in the rain. So just if you want to get rid of Antifa, just schedule your event on a rain day, and they won't even show up because they tend to melt, right? I think those masks are painted on so that the paint melts and you can see who they are. So that apparently is why they're not here. But then again, it's still early. They may show up. I learned a trick. We're getting cold looking at lives. No, I'm not getting cold. Antifa's not here. Do you feel better now? Does your life have meaning that you think that the alt-right? Alt-right is what I learned how to read these things after the We are going to Red Square eventually. Up at 5 a.m. I'm reading these guys, sorry. 25 4chaners mean a hate symbol. Was on campus earlier, rain indefinitely keeping some folks away. Finally over evil week, and campus is mostly shut down, so this also is part of it. Yep, I agree. You know, it's okay. We're not necessarily looking for a fight. So Not sure what that was about. The dog is enjoying the rain for some reason. Rednecks are better than you are just useless. I'm not who sure that's referred to, Howard. No, I'm useless. Oh, okay, thanks for letting me know. Rednecks. Tourist revenue. Yeah, probably, right? Okay, sorry about that. Had a quick message I had to get out. Wasn't sure it would work, but it did. So,
They talk about it in the break room.
You gotta walk past it.
hey Joe, can I get a quick interview?
Sure.
So, you got permission on campus from students to do this event?
No, we just legally have a right to be here.
Oh, okay, so you just did it that way, you didn't ask?
Yeah, no, I
but
talked with the campus police, made sure we were within our legal rights, and they said yes.
Okay, so you did it campus, because I know I was on campus last Wednesday, and I talked to them. They were very nice, and, made sure that they knew I was here.
Yeah.
But I was started a little bit of a ruckus, and so I left. But
why were you a ruckus?
Well, they didn't know I was interviewing one student, and they got upset. And they said that could go on anywhere. All that information could go online, and I was like. So? The student was fine with this particular person. There's this real censorship thing. They can't control the narrative if information gets online and gets unedited. So they're really concerned about the narrative. So that was the primary reason. But I'd gotten the interview, so I left. But yeah, I was just curious if you just did I was surprised when I saw you did. I was like, well, okay. I hope they don't resist you. That was my...
Yeah, they can't.
Well, they can resist in the sense of a lot of protesters makes it impossible for us to
protesters,
do it.
yeah. But the police are going to be in full force. They're going to put up metal barricades and stuff. So, I mean...
Well, do you expect more resistance later on today, or...?
I expect there to be a bunch of people here, but they're not going to be able to do anything. They won't be able to stop us.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, I was just curious if what you anticipated. I'm not surprised by this crowd. I mean, I would expect a lighter crowd.
Sure. What's that?
I expect a lighter crowd is probably reasonable, right?
A lighter crowd?
Than Portland.
Oh yes, big time. It's gonna be way smaller. It's not some huge epic event, It's just gonna be a couple short speeches, a march, talk, and hopefully get a chance to talk to some of the protesters if we can, if the police let us, and then go home. Pretty simple day, nothing crazy.
Okay. So nothing, and that's as you would have it go perfectly today.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Very good. Be a nice simple day.
Just a simple statement. We're here. We're listening. We're watching. We care about free speech. We want you to be a part of the crowd because I'm concerned that I want it to be a message to Evergreen that the community is noticing what's going on, and we want you to know that free speech is very important to the people that support you and pay the taxes to support this college, and we want Evergreen to be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem.
That's going to be a big part of the message. And a big part of it is it's just bringing attention to the school, like you said. That's bringing here, talk about free speech, talk about racism. Thank you, my pleasure. Talk about racism. All forms of racism is bad. You can't say it's okay for black people to be racist against white people, But yeah, talk about free speech, the fact that students have been bullied. Professor, is it Weinstein or Weinstein?
Weinstein.
Professor Weinstein. His name was dragged through the mud. They called him racist. They wanted him to be fired. He got no support from the leadership. Okay? And so basically, yeah, we're gonna come down here, put light on this campus, and talk about the culture of censorship and hatred that's been going on here.
Okay. That's why I'm here.
Well, good. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have you been down here more than that one time?
I just came down that one time to see if I could get an interview from a student's perspective, and just had an hour-long conversation.
So the student was cool, but some other student?
Student, it's sort of a narrative on campus, and he was saying he felt a lot of pressure not to be able to have conversations. The old racial stereotype, if you want to talk about racism, you have to have a black guy in the room or a black woman in the room, right?
Yeah.
Somehow it's only a legitimate conversation unless someone of color is there. And it's like, we're all affected by racism in one way or the other. And so we talked about that oppression and how that, that's part of racism that we need to get over.
So some student was overheard that and came barging in?
Yeah, we were kind of talking about racism. I was sort of pushing the narrative around. When we're talking about cultural appropriation, I was like, well, if you wear a flag or you burn a flag, that's protected under free speech.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing if I wear a headdress from Native American. I may not like it, and I can have a conversation with them about it, but that doesn't make it,
protected.
It's protected, and you really can't say anything about it except for I don't like it, which is fine.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the thing. And then he got sort of.
Hey, Joey?
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron from the Sideways podcast.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's going on, Tony?
We were down there checking out what was going on over there. The commander from the barricade, he would like to talk to you before everything gets going or something. So we can tell you that. We were going to ask you if you'd be interested in an interview later down the road. Maybe kind of explain what you're going on. Or see what kind of misinformation is going on about the organization. Yeah, so maybe be able to talk and do more of a conversational one. And do you have any contact information?
I give you my stuff. What's up, guys?
Like I said, my name's Aaron.
Hey, if you guys want, that's the what the website is for this live stream.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. What day? Are you local?
What was going on downtown yesterday?
More of the Antifa group protesting hate speech going on downtown yesterday. I was our correspondent Milo, a friend of ours, was down there.
Milo who?
I'm not sure if he wants us to spread his last name around.
Unopolis?
What?
No, not
not
the Milo. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, he's not. No.
But he would talk to you probably.
That's probably true.
But okay. Well, that's okay. I won't put you.
No problem.
Probably got that one covered.
Take your flag back.
The controversial flag.
I'm like, it's something to do with Indian. I'm Cherokee, so I don't know what the hell this one is.
Hey, I have a insensitive question to ask. Somewhat insensitive. We'll see how you respond to it. If someone were to wear a Native American headdress, how would you feel about it? In comedy or in not in a traditional sense, but without knowledge of the headdress. What's your reaction to that?
If there's no knowledge, I would ask them, do you know what you're wearing? And if they said no, and I knew exactly what tribe it was from, I would tell them and teach them.
Okay.
But if my outlook is you can't control what people wear, you can't control what people do.
Okay.
So if somebody's wearing something like that, if it offends me, I'll express it, but I'm not gonna go to the extreme.
Now, are you knowledgeable about Cherokee traditions?
I am
or?
not. I was adopted, so I don't know a lot about my heritage.
Yeah, when you said Cherokee, so I wondered how much knowledge you had. And that's
I don't have a whole lot of it. I've gone to a few powwows and things and tried to learn, but it's a lot harder to learn when you're older and you're not brought up in it.
Oh, for sure. My knowledge. Now, Black Elk Speaks. Have you ever, do you know that book at all? It's the only book I read, and I'm trying to remember. There's Sioux Nation. He was a part of Sioux Nation, and so that's the only Native American knowledge that I have. So, but I mean, that's the kind of thing is you get it secondhand and really, you know.
It's hard to be taught about any culture, really, if you aren't that culture and you weren't brought up in it.
Well, that like quote unquote lived experience, you know, it really does help. You know, it really does make a difference.
Look at this! I watch him religiously on Facebook. He's hilarious.
Well, thank you for that.
Absolutely.
She doesn't know who Upchurch is. She's brown. What about you? Yeah. No, you don't beat me. That's Kelly. Are there rednecks though? This guy is so white trash. It makes me look. Okay, now give me a reason. What makes him white?
I am a big fan of white trash, so let's talk white trash.
White trash is a dick.
Well, Britney Spears.
I have a Bronco 2 in my driveway that's been rattle canned. But does it have all the wheels?
Yes! I drove a 1996 Suzuki Rodeo for the longest time. Broken.
That's not American though. That's not American though.
I don't care. That thing still freaking feels like a beat, okay? It had 4 wheels, 4 wheels.
You have to say my tires on there are pretty nice. My tires are like
2-wheel drive Jeep with bald ass tires.
Yeah! I have never got stuck though.
Yeah, you did.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you did.
On the snow?
Yeah, you got stuck when we went.
I've
Don't even lie and say you didn't. You got
You're
stuck.
not a true redneck. You got stuck.
I don't get it. Especially Hispanic women, because you guys were savage. She's not Hispanic. Well, fine line.
I'm all sorts of crazy. I'm Hawaiian, Caribbean, Puerto Rican, African American, Portuguese, Irish.
I'm African American and Irish. I look Hispanic. I'm having him over here laughing. You know, they actually have told me that I need to do stand-up comedy, but I'm fat and I just want to sit down. I really do. Ron White.
That's the way you stop. You know,
Ron White.
you put a damn chair down, you say,
I love gay male faces.
do you think I got this way by standing up? No.
He sits down. What's going on? People are yelling. Loud noises. So, are we just staying here the whole day?
No. We're gonna walk down, but I know that 5:30 was the official start time. It is probably around that.
We completely left you guys high and dry.
Well, at least they're dry.
I'm sorry. No, talking to you, we just like walked away.
I blame Jordan.
It is my fault. When's the last time?
So what's the you're the medic then?
Yeah. Well, so there's a few other guys here.
You're the only one.
Look for the red crosses.
Yeah. So you work are you a EMT or?
I was a corpsman in the military.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I patched Marines up. That was my job.
Did you see do you have some patch up action you had to do?
Yeah. I did 9 months in Somalia.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a rough time. But you know, I don't want to do it professionally anymore because there's so many laws if you do it professionally.
Yeah, right. Like the Good Samaritan law, they actually had to have a Good Samaritan law just so novices could save somebody's life without being sued.
Yep. And as long as I'm not registered, certified in the state, they can't do crap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where regulations get a little weird.
As long as we acknowledge the fact that the Republicans today are
So we're supposed to be going soon, walking to Red Square on the day.
Cascade Legion! The Cascade Legion! Our republics were not designed to be
Looking at this. So there are like 10 of you.
Back in the day here, utilizing just like the government.
It's all good. It's just socialization, guys.
Unions don't actually represent.
Nothing wrong with a little socialization. A common thread that binds people together from different walks of life. I don't see the problem with that. I see a pretty good mix of people. And you never know what film might become useful for somebody one day, too. I was here at this particular point in time.
Subscribe to a Christian faith.
So.
Because I descended of Catholics, which are also Adventists. So I got Catholic and Adventist are the same thing.
Well, and that's, I mean, I'm all for anything. Guidelines, all those things are good. What I don't like getting behind is when, somebody takes an ideology of their own, whether it's liberalism, Catholicism, Islam, whatever group it is, they call it truth and say, mine's better than you, I'm going to hit you with a rock to prove it. It's like, that's the kind of stuff where I can't get behind.
Just your own actions, maybe. Right. That's right. And I was raised Adventist, but I don't subscribe to any one religion now. I just take the best parts of all the things I like, and that's how I live my life.
Well, I think that there's, at least what I've experienced, there are a lot of agnostic folks out here. Not necessarily religious, but not religious.
I call it spiritual agnostic.
Spiritual agnostic.
That's what I call it. Yeah. I don't know if that's what that's what I call it.
It sounds good.
Right, there's probably something up there, but
you say God, I might say you wrong, but it's all. I mean, I could sit here for hours and just talk about the proof on every single end that anybody could bring together. But if if you live with the idea that something is above you, that's why the Jews wear the hats.
Yarmulke.
Yeah, they wear the hats. Muslims do the same thing. Very Orthodox Christians do it. Remind yourself there's always somebody above you. And I really like that, because even if I'm all alone, and if I were, truly atheist, you believe, well, there's nobody watching, so who cares? But that's where we get into immorality. So I believe that no matter what, the universe is watching. My actions are going to somehow affect my life in some way, shape, or form down the road, no matter what.
Well, my biggest concern with any kind of religion is when you use heaven as an excuse not to be responsible in life, right?
Right, right.
That would be.
I'm only focused on that goal down there,
right.
not here.
And I can be bad because Jesus will forgive me, but you shouldn't be bad or use that to reason to sin.
Right.
You may die while you're being bad. Right. That's right. That's exactly right.
But he will forgive you.
Well, that's just kind of my concerned when people, talk about heaven and say that's okay, that's fine, but I am concerned with now.
Oh yeah.
I am concerned with the consequences
Jewish
of
people
action.
believe in heaven on earth. No, they don't. Some do. They believe in heaven on earth.
There's a lot of atheist Jews, so be very careful because that's a very strong trend within.
Some.
Yeah.
They believe in the heaven on earth theory. I actually like that theory.
I don't know enough about them. But I don't.
No, but some Jews would say.
Jewish by birth,
Well,
not by.
that's
true.
That's true because there's what's called a cultural Jew, and then there's a religious Jew.
Right.
So they're a Jew; they can't do anything about it, right? They're
It's
just
in their
Jews.
DNA.
Well, basically, they feel it's their
Hard.
culture. So yeah.
But then some choose to be Jewish that aren't necessarily in their DNA.
It's hard to become a Jew, actually.
Oh, and it's extremely hard. I know. It's extremely hard. But didn't Ivanka
She's
convert so that she can marry her husband?
Well, actually, yeah, the Jewish line is from mother to son to daughter, not from father.
Right.
Which is interesting. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, well, no, it's different.
It starts with, there's the what did you say?
The mother.
The mother lineage?
Yes. Okay, let's say.
No, it's Abraham's son.
No. Let's not go that far back. I'm saying that if. But if you marry a Jew, a Jewish man, the woman has to convert. If, however, a man marries a Jewish woman, all the children are Jews.
Yeah, they're still considered Jewish.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Very, very specific. It's very weird. No. They actually considered marriage. They have to. My understanding is, in fact, I have a friend that was looking at converting to Jew because her husband was Jew, but her children can't consider Jewish because she has to convert to Judaism. And so she was looking into it, and she has to convert. He can't. It's not based on her. It's not based on him. It's based on her. That's what she told me. And you can look at it. If it's wrong, you can post on my and tell me I'm wrong. I remember to bring my cards today, so that people don't know I'm just a random stranger. But yeah, that's the website. But I'd be curious if that's wrong. I'm pretty sure it's right. I've heard it several people confirm it since then. Yeah.
But it's the beauty of the internet, right? You both can find out when you get
right. Yeah. I think situations where.
So now, are you Christian or?
Yes.
And you're not Catholic. You're just.
Right.
Okay.
I think there's always, I've seen at least from Portland to Seattle, there's always been a really good spread of folks from, whether you're a believer of one religion or not a believer. I've seen a lot of spread of, I've seen Christian and Jew. Saw a couple of Sikh guys at the one in Portland, and lots of Christian folks, lots of agnostic folks. So this group of people is, I love with the right mindset, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Everybody gets hung up on the name of the preacher.
I'm also a flat earther.
Yeah, well, see, there you go.
And there is someone above here. I know, that's crazy.
Well,
I thought it was crazy too until I started investigating it, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, we'll see. So you come out to these events typically?
Well, this is my second one. I went to the one in Portland, and then this is my home area, so I felt it was important that I show up, And I did an interview on campus a week ago, so.
It's been pretty crazy around here.
Well, I heard stories,
I just saw all the videos. I mean, that's the...
Yeah, there's some crazy, and that's very crazy. I mean, we need to make a very strong statement to the community here. We are watching, that's kind of my...
Because it's insane to me that people can, be threatened by large groups of folks on campus, and it's deemed okay by certain groups.
Well,
and
it isn't.
Shocking to me.
It is an experimental college, right?
I know.
And so, but that's why we should look at their experiments, right? It's like, how's that experiment
They've been
going?
experimenting since the 70s. Maybe
Yeah.
we need to tamp down a little bit here.
Let's make sure we know what's going on.
We love you!
We give hugs!
We give hugs.
Right, no charge.
Professional hugger here.
All they were worried about was Tim's being too triggered by this group of Patriots. Yeah. They gave me the option of leaving. Yeah, we're all going to be sick tomorrow. They shut it down.
Oh, come on. Think positive thoughts.
I'm positive we'll be sick tomorrow.
Very good. Very good. Very positive.
That's why they did it.
Yeah, I actually did research one time on why people get sick when you get wet. And it said it tamps down your immune system, so any viruses that are
already
around,
there, yeah.
then that it gives them a chance to. I was like, dang it! I was trying to prove somebody wrong.
Take my vitamins when I get home.
Yeah, take a warm shower.
Take a warm shower, drink some whiskey.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, that's too bad, man. Be here for a couple hours. So much racing. Still talking. Let the caveman go. Caveman rights. Yeah, cavemen have rights too.
Who is it?
Cut that jaw! I told him there's people that are not No, it wasn't candies, they had puppies, okay? They said free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you too.
Where's the free Wi-Fi? I want to know.
See? Hey, you know, wait. They had free dildos so they could get the Antifa people.
So did you. Yeah.
No,
Still bringing out my Canadian flag to the next one. Which one's that? Who's got the Facebook call?
Giving it away.
Everybody's
That's me.
Don't worry, that's
I hear the Facebook and everybody going, shit.
You push me, you're gonna have two dudes that beat the shit out of you.
Well, at least we don't have loud noises going on.
They're probably rooting for me.
Hey, come here. I'll tell you why. Come here.
Does anybody
know who Murphy, whoever?
No, just after she tells you she will.
Now slap him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I got proof. That'd have been fucked up. That's why. We'll make that come out a little quicker. No.
It's like they're almost right? And so that is protecting them from us.
Well, because you can't have any more because you're going to get 6
Yeah, I'm totally gonna get a dick.
Okay. It fits you perfectly.
I got bigger balls than most, so.
I got marbles. You got nuts.
You got marbles? They're really nuts.
Can you turn your head and So, I forgot who I was with, but this guy who's like, he did a pickup line. I think I heard it with you. He was like, yeah, I gotta cock that thing down to my knee. And this girl's at a bar and was like, no way. So she ended up talking to him and stuff, thinking he had
no, that's my neighbor.
Yeah. Thinking he had a big dick or whatever, so he pulls up his leg and he's got a picture of a chicken with a noose around his neck right at the knee.
That's messed up.
That's how my neighbor got
I remember I've told that story like 5 times, and I'm like, it's the funniest shit I've heard in a long time.
You know what I mean? But I just found out really they've designated and it's
right, it's like a baby's arm.
I actually had a moment like that.
It's funny when there's this scaffold going on and she's in the middle. She's like, I figured it was more about.
So I had this
looking this side and looking up at people.
This Marine.
Yes, you're always in the middle of something that's about to go down. Like standing there holding her fist. I was like, I really want to hit it.
I'd rather her take out her wrist more or less.
True that. True that.
You should have said that now. You should have said that aloud. She's just really she touched you.
I don't know, but I'm carrying her fucking empty cup until we find a garbage.
She's got a pea cup?
No, but I brought paper towels.
Evergreen. You know what wonderful thing about being a guy? I gotta go pee.
Yeah, but what if you got to drop the kids off at the pool?
The Japanese made a thing for girls to like use.
Yeah, it's the what you do.
Inside voices.
No outside voices so I can hear.
Inside voices, guys. Inside voices.
Squat, right? She would be that one that tried to stand up and do it.
They got one out. She's like, yeah, a little confrontation last weekend. You get out, pull the gun out, okay, all right. Got a little crazy.
Yeah! Sorry. I had to take time off work.
I do got a job. I'm using vacation time right now, and I'm still getting paid standing.
I'm a dumpster driver. I'm working when I want.
You can't do that here.
I fix people's apartments.
I stand in the front door in a floor. That thing's waterproof, ain't it?
What's that?
Is it waterproof?
Waterproof enough. I've done my research.
You need a mini umbrella.
Yeah, I know. I even thought about that. Gosh, I hope
some
it
kind of
doesn't
little shade or something you had to put on there.
Yeah, I know.
You're raising a tomboy.
You just don't want standing water. As long as it's beating off, you're fine.
She gets dating age, she's gonna kill us.
Oh man, we need a lot more people to show.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yep.
It's okay. No,
we've always been outnumbered.
Well,
history. You know, if you think about it, you know, because originally the 3%ers, you know, they were only 3% fought the war. You know, so. You know, and the North still came out ahead. What's funny though about that is that so many people think that the 3%er these days is the racist hillbillies from the South.
Yeah, I don't I don't know how many racist hillbillies are really left.
Not many. When you go to the deep South, you'll find a few.
Well, but it's a pretty rare thing. I think that era, you know, it's kind of like a longing for someone. Clearly, they can be discriminatory against, right? It's like they're looking for someone to be angry with, and that's what I see as sort of a creation of an enemy because they've lost, you know, they've won. I mean, in terms of, I would say, racism and sexism and all these things that they've fought long and hard for, you know, from a left perspective, from a liberal perspective, all have been progressively won over time through example. So I mean, so what are we fighting? I mean, what is this about?
I know.
I mean, we're creating new. Now we're creating new segregation well, now we need segregation. What? We got rid of segregation, now we're segregation back. What's going on here?
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
I mean, we finally got everyone equal and on the same playing field, and now they don't want it. They want segregation.
Well, they want it. They want racism to live because it gives them a victim. They can still be victims. You know, we have taught people how to be victims. I'm actually against the concept of black culture. I think black culture is a bad idea. We should have never encouraged this identity politics. And that's sort of everyone's kind of bought into that, and we kind of screwed up there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with you, man.
You know, so yeah, I mean, these are Americans. I maybe there's Canadian here, but they're still American. They're on the Northern Front. But I mean, yeah, and we're a diverse crowd.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing that I want to make sure people know is that, you know, this is not a redneck community, although they're creative people.
Some are, yeah. The one thing I like about this community, about these people, not being politically correct, it is so nice just to be able to hang with people, and if you say something wrong or you're not worried about somebody misinterpreting something you said the wrong way and jumping all over you. You know, it's so much more of a laid-back mentality.
The thing that's so important about free speech is that, and people say it's a right, but I think what we're kind of forgetting in that is that we learn from other people. We need them to reflect back us to ourselves. Like you reflect me to you by asking questions, by those, and then we learn about ourselves.
Oh yeah.
When you don't have to censor yourself, you can be honest with me. You can say it the way you see it. And then if I have questions or I don't understand, say, well, that's a really kind of a weird way to say that, and I shouldn't feel like you're a bad person for saying it. Ask questions.
Yeah.
If you don't understand, if you think it's mean, ask questions.
All right. If this cuts out to be very frustrated, here we go. Couple things, all right? Freedom! Couple things, all right, I want to talk about quickly, and then we'll head down here. We might have a couple people speak here quietly, because I know Antifa and protesters are notorious for drowning us out with their air horns because they are so afraid of what it is that we have to say. And I don't get that. All this time, all I want to do is I want to have dialogue. I want to be able to talk. I want to be able to say what it is that I believe in, what it is that you guys believe in. And if they disagree, then they can say what they want to believe. But there's too much censorship going on in this country right now, especially on the West Coast, especially on this campus. One of the most frustrating things is we had a professor that had the courage to stand against racism. He refused to leave because of the color of his skin. He said, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it's okay for you to ask me to leave because my skin color is too light or my skin color is too dark. And they went to his classroom, and all they did was spew out hate towards him, treated him like trash. And there was no leadership in this school, no leadership in this community. No one stood up for him. Nobody. The students, the few students who actually stood up and stood tall against this insanity with chalk or with words were treated like trash. No leadership in this school, no leadership in this community. Nobody stood up for them because they were afraid. The police. We'll give you a chance to talk to you a little bit. This guy's got good stuff to say. The police treated like trash. 100% treated like trash. Okay? They get lied about. We have video evidence of the students specifically lying about what the police did. They're trying to make them sound like they're a bunch of Nazi racists who want to beat up minorities, and that is not true. These are good officers who want to keep this campus safe. And all they do, all these students go around and put signs up that say, F the police. F the police, all over. Signs all over, in graffiti, F the police. And nobody stands up for them. No leadership from this campus, no leadership from this community, no leadership from the professors, because they're too afraid. And that is the biggest problem that we have right now in this country. Fear is running this country right now. It is keeping people silent, especially on the West Coast. Do you understand how new this is? Do you understand that just a year ago, if this exact same thing happened, do you understand that no one would be here right now? No one would be here. Because people are afraid to speak up. And this is the one thing that I hope to God that we can change. If nothing else, the one thing I hope that we can change is we get rid of the fear and we start living our lives and we start looking inside our own hearts and being who we really truly think that we should be as a country. And we understand that Evergreen State College is going through some stuff right now. Okay? I understand that. I don't want to just run in there and act like we know everything and act like we have all the answers, because we don't. But all I want to do is go in there and talk about hate, talk about racism, and talk about all these things that the students and the faculty and everyone else is afraid to talk about. I want to talk about the things that the president is afraid to say. For whatever reason, that president stood there while the students yelled at him and cussed at him. That president started to use his hands to talk like I do all the time with speeches, and they said, "You stop using your hands." He put his hands down. That's not leadership. And that's what we're missing in this country. We're missing it in the campuses. We're missing it in the state and the federal level. We have no leadership. We have no leadership in this, not just the government, just this cultural poisoning that is going on right now. And so that's why I appreciate that you guys are willing to come down here, because usually everyone will just stay at home and laugh at Tucker Carlson and all that crap that you see. But you guys are willing to come out here and to make a stand. Now, one reason why I am here, and I believe a lot of you guys are here, one main thing, and I talk about this all the time, so I'm sorry if it gets old. I gotta switch hands, buddy. I am here to stand against hate. That is the one thing that drives me crazy, and I talk about it all the time. But hatred, it always comes down to hatred. It always boils down to hatred. Racism, anger, all that dark stuff, it's all the same. The lies, the deception, it comes down to hatred. And I believe that that's what we're here to do today, is to stand against the hatred, all forms of hatred. You do not get to pick. You don't get to pick when it's okay. Too many times, these kids, they say they stand against hate, but they pick and choose when it's okay. They say it's okay to be hateful this time or that time. No, it is wrong to be hateful 100% of the time. And that's what we're here for. If we're going to stand against hate, though, we got to go in there, and we can't preach hate. We cannot be hateful. We have to be good people. We have to, everything that comes out of our mouth has to be with the motivation to preach love and to be good people. Because we got to go back to our morals, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if you're an atheist, that's okay. I don't care if you're Christian or Muslim, I don't care who you are, what you believe in. We still have to go back to those basic morals of just having respect for other people, being respectful to other humans. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So three things, okay? One of the most upsetting things about this is the fact that a lot of these kids, and hey, we have a student right here, and he wanted to make sure that I knew. He said, "Joey, you got to understand that these kids don't represent the whole school." And he's right, I understand that, okay? They don't. And that's what we have to understand. These social justice warriors, they don't represent the public, they don't represent our country, and they sure as hell don't represent this campus. But the problem is they're so freaking loud, and they try to intimidate everybody, and everybody else keeps their mouths shut. And that sucks. We have to go in there and encourage the students, the professors, everyone here needs to stand up. It can't come from us. All we can do is come in here and encourage them. But in the end, if there's going to be change in this school, it's got to come from within. The students need to speak up. They need to stand up and stand against these social justice warriors. The professors need to stand against them, and they need to act like leaders. One of the things, this professor literally by the definition, stood against racism. He literally stood against racism, and all these students barged in there and yelled at him. They cussed at him, and you know what they did? There's a professor that had the courage to stand tall, and these students, who I imagine don't represent the whole campus, these students demanded that he get fired. These students who are trying to fight racism, they tried to fire the one professor who actually took a stance against racism. And like I said before, we need to be against racism 100% of the time. Okay? I'm making a call. I'm saying white people be respectful to black people. Black people be respectful to white people. Brown people be respectful to white. Brown be respectful to black. Humans be respectful to all humans. It is such a simple concept. Is this working?
Yeah, you good?
It is such a simple concept, right? It's called just being respectful to people. And that's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking that we can share with these students, okay? The other thing is the hatred. The hatred is a huge problem right now. Is that working? Hello. Check one. All right. I'm almost done here. The hatred is a big problem. There are students in this campus, specifically chalkmen, okay? And I talked with them. I had about an hour long. I talked to him, and I had about a 20-30-minute conversation with him, all right? And he's scared. He's pissed. He's angry, but he took a stance. And all he got was hatred. He got bullied. There's video of students walking up to him, ripping his glasses off, and throwing him to the ground. How is that okay? That's pure hatred. It's not okay. He got assaulted. You saw the students walk around with bats trying to intimidate people. That's not okay. It doesn't matter if you're a transsexual or a minority or white. It doesn't matter. You don't get to be a bully. And no one, nobody stood up for him. That's what pisses me off. No leadership from the campus, from the community, or anywhere else. The professors went out of their way to make sure that the students thought that we, all of you guys here, are a white supremacist group. That's a lie. Oh, tiny is.
Yeah. That's
Rainbow power. That's the next thing that I want to talk about. I'm sick of it. I am done with the lies. I am done with the deception. We have so much video evidence of these students spreading lies as if the video evidence isn't out there to prove them wrong. They made a claim that the police tried to charge through white students to get to the minority students so that they can beat up the black students. That's a complete lie. They say this stuff as if there's not film all over YouTube that any 12-year-old can look at and say, that is a lie. They lied about these police officers, trying to make them sound like they're racist and they want to beat people up, okay? Now, these police officers have been disrespected. Like I said, the signs are all over the campus. They were lied about. One student said, I don't understand why the police officers came and pepper sprayed us. The president goes, wait, they pepper sprayed you? And she goes, oh no, but they had pepper spray on them. The president just stood there and didn't say anything. At what point is the president going to say, ma'am, let's tell the truth. And by the way, yes, police officers are going to have pepper spray and they're going to have guns too so they can keep you safe. I am asking, okay, that this leadership steps up at this school, okay? They step up and they protect professors' free speech, they protect the students, and they show respect for these police officers. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah! Okay, so I'm going to get someone else to speak here real quick. So I just want to make sure when we go in there, okay, the goal is to have as much dialogue as you can, to be respectful, and hopefully when we leave today, the students don't think we're a bunch of white supremacists. They think that we're here for reasons that we're passionate about, not because of the color of our skin. You gotta look beyond that. You gotta look beyond skin color. Look beyond your gender, your sexuality. I don't care what you are. We're all Americans, and at some point we need to come together.
Amen, brother.
Do you want to go? Sure.
Alright, everybody. It's alright.
Hi, Josh.
Yeah, man. Good. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Josh.
My name's Joey Nation. My husband, my father. I'm really pumped up to be here. Now, I'm not as good of a public speaker as Joey Gibson here, so I had to write my notes down. I hope that's all right. All right, just a couple minutes here. Now, first, I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is a very important free speech event here at Evergreen State College. Next,
Next, I want to thank Joey Gibson. I want to thank Patriot Prayer for having the courage to sponsor this event. Thank you all for coming out, and thanks for working with our police, man. We really appreciate and we love the Thin Blue Line. Yes. Now we're proving right now that no one's going to stop freedom of speech in America. No one is going to stop freedom of speech in America. We'll continue these events until Antifa and the liberal radicals in America trying to stop free speech understand something pretty basic. It's not going away. The First Amendment is the most important amendment because it allows us to protect the rest of our amendments. We have to make sure that the First Amendment stays preserved. We cannot let that stop. Republicans have been the party of choice and freedom. The Democrats have chosen to be violent resistors. We don't want that. We want to come together. We don't want what happened in Virginia. We want peace and love in this country. People have joint common needs here. We need peace for our families. We need peace at our gatherings and our rallies so that we can simply gather in peace. Freedom of association should be peaceful association. Places of higher learning are too vital to allow freedom of speech to be ignored or tread upon. This should be a place of ideas and expression and challenge. This should be a place where a college graduate like myself is not shocked that segregation is happening once again in America. How can it gain a foothold here under the guise of progressive politics? Identity politics are dead. Information to the people, that's the future. Now, we need to address the neo-Marxism that's infecting our college and our entire public education system, and Joey Gibson touched on that Marxism. Most social science majors, they cannot create a widget or an independent thought. They're sitting here telling you how racist free speech is, how racist white people are. Newsflash, anybody can be racist. We ask that nobody be racist. Now, maybe the students of Evergreen and the president should take some damn notes. I think that's a good idea. We don't want you to be racist either. I've looked around at these events and I noticed folks from all walks of life. They come with a common purpose. We want to turn the Pacific Northwest red. Yes, sir. All the elements or ideals that bring out this group of people, it's combined at a nexus of ideals of honesty, hard work, and love for our country. Whether you're Republican, Independent, or Democrat, voting with common sense is what has blessed our land. For the Republican majority, the governorships, the Senate, the House, and of course our dear President, Donald J. Trump. Millions and millions of Republicans, Independents, and Democrats cast their votes for Donald Trump because he speaks for regular Americans. We are not full of racial hatred, division, and prejudice. Those are Democrat ideals that they push on the Republicans. The terrible racism of the past, pushed by the Democrats and the KKK, is what brought forth Republican figures like Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King, who was a Republican minister. We now face a similar challenge yet again from those same Democrats, and we must rise up as individual citizens to keep America great. I'm almost done, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. I'd like to offer a thought from the great Thomas Jefferson, a founding father. There is not a truth existing which I fear or would wish unknown to the whole world. I predict continued winning for the Republicans as more and more Americans see truth. They turn away from the fake news media and racist institutions like Evergreen. In closing, I know that there are good people here at this school, good students. I know you're out there. And we have one here today. I'm thankful to hear that. That's awesome. Now, I want to remind you all of something. This is very real, and I'm in closing here. Very real. America is the only land that we have. There is nowhere else to call home in this world for Americans. Nowhere that Americans can run to as refugees or seek shelter. This is our land. This is why we stand and fight for our freedoms on our soil right here. Because there's nowhere else to go.
Indigenous peoples.
That's right. I am here because I want my wife
daughter, and son to be secure in the future of this country and know there are great opportunities for them being the people they are. I teach my children to love themselves, to love the skin they are in, to love everyone and not treat someone differently because of the skin color they have. Is that so hard? No. I think not. I want to thank you all for coming out. Thanks again to Joey, Gibson, Patriot Prayer. Yep. Take care. What's up, man? Evergreen student lead like that? Yeah. A couple of them. Oh, yeah. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Joey Nation.
As a student of Evergreen, I stand for free speech. And many students at Evergreen also stand for free speech. These protesters do not represent Evergreen. Evergreen is not racist. Evergreen is not homophobic. Evergreen is not a bad college. I love Evergreen. I don't want that to change. It's not going to change because my school is not going anywhere. My school needs the support that it deserves. These protesters are not my school. These protesters do not stand for what I stand for. These protesters are not Evergreen. In closing, we need to go in there peacefully, as you guys were saying. We need to come together and we need to stand again for unity. We need to stand against hatred and bigotry and racism of all kinds.
That's right.
Right. We need to come together and we need to have a dialogue, not just one way. It has to be both ways. We have to be willing to listen to thoughts, even if they aren't with what we agree with. You gotta listen to them, okay? That's right. Final thing, okay? This college is not leaderless, okay? George Bridges is a leader. He's just been doing things behind closed doors, okay? Students have been expelled for their actions. Students have been, disciplined, and there has been actions taken behind the doors to address these issues.
Let's get him to speak up a little bit.
All right.
Woo!
Thank you. All right.
He's working on it, okay? I met with him personally.
We'll support the leadership if they step up. We'll support them.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evergreen what?
Founded by Republicans.
Go,
girl! Hey, hold on. Listen up, guys. Listen up, guys.
Hey, listen up! Alright, so I'm another greener. That means, you're greener if you go to Evergreen. And, oh wait, well, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here.
Dig deep.
Alright. That's alright. Alright, so I came here for two reasons today. Number one, because I love Evergreen State College. We are unique. Yeah. You can get the kind of education here to prepare you for the real world if you dig in and you know what you want to do. And the second reason I came is because free and open inquiry on college campuses has to come back. The universities in this country are the forefront of culture, and the people who are being prepared in university are going out and filling all the posts in all of our institutions. And so what goes on in colleges is important for this whole nation. And so with that, it's important that we have the ability to freely express ourselves and challenge our ideas and challenge other people's ideas when we're here at college. And if not, then this unhealthy inhibition against being able to express yourself is being spread across the whole nation.
Like cancer.
And we see what that gets us. So the thing about being a greener is I don't know what you know about our university system, but we're so unique in that we have full-time 16-credit programs and we can delve into issues. Okay, and so we get opportunities Everybody
listen up!
Listen! I'm studying environmental science, and I've had such amazing experiences here learning in the field and doing research in the field. And I don't want that to end. And so you may be aware that Representative Matt Manueller has proposed a bill to defund Evergreen. And I want to say I do not support that bill. On the other hand, Representative Manueller for the last couple years has been trying to get an academic bill of rights passed to protect the free speech of students and faculty at public colleges in this state. This year it was HB 1362, and you can go on the TVW website and you can watch the hearings, which I intend to do. We need this bill. We need to get this bill passed. Your state reps and your state senators.
You can comment on the state site. If you go to the bill, you can actually leave a comment as a Washington State voter to your representative to support it.
Okay, well, we need to watch next session. Next January, we need to watch what this bill is called next year. Representative Manueller is proposing the bill, and Senator Linda Wilson also proposed a companion bill in the Senate. We need to get this bill passed because we need to have protections for students who decide to stand up and say, wait a minute, I have a different idea, and I would like to be able to say my idea.
That's right.
And not have you call me a whole plethora of names
That's right.
That's all right.
Awesome. Yeah.
So I would say it's too bad that we need such a bill because we already have the First Amendment. That's right.
That's right.
Well, I will be working for passage of this bill.
You go.
The other thing I wanted to say is that I feel it when I'm on campus. There's so much tension on campus right now, and what I hope that we are here to do today is reach out an olive branch of friendship, learn to actively listen to each other, and learn to do what Evergreen State College encourages us to do, which is to learn across differences. Learn from each other, regardless of what our differences are with our ethnic background, our racial background, our religious background, our whatever. All of us come from different backgrounds. And on that note, what I think we should do here at Evergreen, for those of you who are students or alumni, is we should do what they're doing at Central Michigan University. They've started a club. It's called the Civil Discourse Club, I think.
Talk it out.
Yeah, the Civil Discourse Society. This thing is thriving at Central Michigan University, and it's like I hope it will become the cool thing to do. That you come together with people who have differences from you, who come from different ends of the political spectrum. Sit down and talk to each other. Listen to each other. And that's what we need to do.
I agree.
Because we all have good hearts. We're all coming from a place where we have goodwill.
Yes.
But all these labels are not helping us to understand each other.
Right.
So I think that's about all I have to say. Thank you, Patriot Prayer, for putting this on and for giving a way to express this frustration about all this whole mess that has happened.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here and for standing up for our First Amendment rights.
Thank
Can I ask you a question real quick?
So,
excuse me. Can
hey,
you talk
so here's what we're going to do.
Maybe do a live stream or something.
We're going
as you're working
to.
through it. Don't talk.
I'm teasing. Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about right here. This is a problem right here. Okay? We need to have respect for each other. We can disagree, but we don't have to name call. When you name call, you have nothing intelligent to say. Right. You've lost all argument when you name call. That's not what we're here for. We're here to have an argument. We're here to have a debate. And we're here to talk like adults. All right? Yeah. We are going to march down there. We got to stay together. Stay on the sidewalk. We're going to go down there. Okay? Follow my lead. The police have a spot for us. We'll hand out chalk if it works. We're going to have 2 more speeches down there. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank all of you for coming down here because I guarantee you, one of you coming down here is like 1,000 people writing comments on social media. I've made a commitment to bring the conservative libertarian movement to the streets, and I appreciate every single one of you for coming down here today. Let's go.
Oh, why do you gotta have a beautiful WRX? Actually, it's an STI.
Try to finally block that one person. Sorry, guys. They're back on. Let me see. I'll do it again. Normally I don't like censoring comments, but it was clear that this was just being.
You're smoking some bud, I understand.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Sidewalk! Come on! Sidewalk!
There's no sidewalk up here, though. There's no sidewalk.
Well, okay.
What sidewalk?
What sidewalk? Yeah. Well. So now we're going to Red Square. If you don't know what this march is about, free speech. We had a couple speeches there. We're just saying free speech is important. Let's talk. Free hugs? No.
I want a hug. It's cold out here.
Yeah, really.
And I'm wet.
The prettiest bag. What's that hoarding thing?
Well, there are no sidewalks. What the heck?
Yeah. I think we're probably another way to go. Yeah, you're doing good. I'll join you. Actually, I'm surprised it's still keeping.
Ah, tree cover, yes.
Car!
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 Car! Car, you guys!
Okay, so we've been blocking traffic.
Meet up for the cause.
The noise of censorship.
Tough opposition. I'm going home.
Okay, we're getting closer.
I don't know where the sidewalk is. Here's the sidewalk.
Sidewalk!
Sidewalk!
Yeah, sure, but why aren't you here? I don't know why you're here.
Get on the sidewalk, please! There you go.
Well, this is a bus zone.
Still waiting to see James out.
Well, wait for him. This is not what my high school needs to see me on TV.
know,
Another Trump thing.
Now, guys, come on.
Yeah, let's fall
You're
back.
not guilt by association.
Got
Maybe
funny
not.
here.
No. So that way
Did I get you? All my old high school teachers now just look at me and they're like, wow, really? You went to a Trump rally? Because my face was all over the stranger at Chevy's rally thing. I had a sign written on the back of a shelf.
Oh, we're gonna have some Antifa fun.
Oh shit! No. Hey Alex, I ain't about to do that. I am not.
Put your phone in your pocket then if you don't have
Wait. Fire people. I know.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna get in congested land, so I have a feeling this might not last long. We'll see. Wow.
Where's my Patriots? Where's my Patriots?
Sorry guys about the bad connection.
Patriots over here!
It went from bad to very bad. What's up, Ken? You guys are probably going to have to kill it. You know, guys, it's not going to work. Oh, wow. Patience is a virtue. You can see the silly string thing going on over there. I can't even see what's going on. make it more complicated if you want to.
I try to simplify it so that you should be a teacher. I just simplify it.
Keep it simple. Alright, well, you guys are lucky. I'm not going to have to kill this live stream after all, looks like. So, we'll see if people can speak. We got a barricade. See if people want to speak. So they have learned the international. So they throw things. They know how to throw things. They're fighting. What's going on? What's going on? Why do they want to fight?
Got a knife! We got a knife! Come on, buddy! What's serious? Why are they so angry? Why Antifa? It's Antifa. That's what they do. Fucking come at somebody with a knife. The problem is that most of these guys are all ex-military. You should have that without having somebody come at you with a knife.
Pretty much.
There's Antifa! You've already tried to stab somebody. Already taken down one.
You guys are really, I don't know.
And then the teachers are carrying the side, we educate our students to what, hate? To cause riots? To go after freedom of speech people? The citizens of America, the taxpayer dollars that pay for their education, to sit and go after them with knives? Oh, come on. Definitely not.
Really hard to imagine Bonnie do this.
Beeping horns.
We're right here! Come on!
People with fear. Hey, how's it going? So what brings you out here?
For YouTube, same as you.
I'm going live. Yeah, with these kind of events, I don't want to edit that kind of footage.
What are you on?
YouTube. We're 291 people right now.
Say what you're saying with the
Yeah, well, that was my second live event. I went to a Milo event in Seattle. That was my first protest event. I wanted to see if I could get in, and then I was like, that ain't gonna happen. That was more extreme than I'd seen video footage of. It's such a simple concept. Free speech. Really? Yeah, they were ahead of me. I was trying to rush when people were pushing back because I wanted to get footage. Yeah, a gun, huh? These guys are serious. What channel do you have?
It's just my middle initials.
Well, I thought there was a while ago.
Reality engineer. I like it.
No, you're welcome to become a reality engineer as long as you understand what I mean by it. What do you mean by it? We engineer our own realities, and that if we're aware of it, we can create the world we want to live in. So it's about taking responsibility for your actions, creating the world you want to live in. So look at a problem and say, well, because a lot of people say, well, that's wrong. So, well, okay, what do you want to do to fix it? How would you like that better? Yeah. So you start from a goal. You set your goal and you say, okay, this is what we can do. This is the reality we can create if we work together. So, now you're in reality, just like that.
Yeah, I was watching a Jordan Peterson talk a while back, and he was talking about how everyone's reality is only in their own mind, and we only react to the tiniest pieces of the reality that we see because we're so focused on whatever we're doing. We don't even see the peripheral. So really, I mean, reality is in your mind.
No, it is.
There's no objective reality.
Yeah, it's all perception, right? But you can train yourself to become more observant, and that's one of the things why anger is such a problem, because you narrow your focus. You see a lot less when you're angry. That's the whole point of anger, is to focus on the threat. Yeah. So if you become angry and upset, you can't reason as well. You can't show that, and that's why this is so effective, because they're like anger. I can't reason. This is impossible to reason. So this is why you see it. Well, rain kept some people away. There's really not that big of a crowd. I thought there was a little more.
It's about a 1-to-1 ratio of free speech, anti-speech, and cops.
Yeah, I know the cops. Holy shit. I mean, look how much money you're spending. Okay, do you care about the dollar? I mean, look at how much they're here on overtime or whatever, and thank you for showing up. But this is your tax dollars at work protecting free speech.
And this would have just been nipped in the bud if they had done something 3 weeks ago.
Well, the issue is a lot larger than Evergreen. Evergreen is just a symptom of a much larger.
Yeah, craziness has been going around on house. Well, new camp system in 2014. When I really started up on it. I started seeing it.
2014? Oh, yeah. Well, it's been seething for a while. But it's kind of erupted, right? Yeah. We're seeing yeah, have you read, you familiar with Christina Hoff Summers?
A little bit.
Her book, Who Stole Feminism, is actually, that was written in the 90s. So you see sort of a trend line of non-scientific departments in colleges being developed and creating these echo chambers, and if you don't toe the party line, they kick you out, right? That echo chamber mentality is what's kind of created a deadening in free speech. And instead of listening to someone's objections and reasoning, it's, no, you don't know what you're talking about, shut up, you don't want to hear it. So that's what we've taught people to do. But it's actually good that the symptoms means that in some ways the resistance is having an effect, right? It's behavioral science. If you get a reaction, it means you're on the right track. So if when the reaction stops, then you finally get to the point where the learning can start. So that's what these are sort of, what I sort of see is this sort of behavioral tests. Are they still reacting? Okay, we need to still do this behavioral conditioning until they realize that we're not going to stop. Once they realize we're not going to stop, then they have to change tactics. And they will eventually change tactics. This is hopefully they'll change tactics in some other, a more constructive way. That's what we hope. That's why it's really important you give a positive message, not a negative message. You don't encourage violence. So what kind of channel do you want to have?
Well, I started out doing gaming, and then I was on a college campus for one of their big games, and saw somebody freak out at somebody else, and I saw her freak out, and then I started paying attention to politics on campuses instead of just gaming, and I like to do sport events.
So did you get in on game at all? Or?
No, I was just a normal gamer at the time. I was in the year.
Well, your gamer game.
I thought it was ridiculous.
Right. Well, that was kind of, it sort of created galvanizing force. And once you got smart gamers, gamers know how to game, right? Then you got people at Fortran gaming the system more. I mean, did you know the whole thing they did about the OK symbol?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was a Fortran invention. And then they meme it out, right? And it's like, okay, come on. You fell for that?
Yeah, it's hilarious how they've been engineering all these things that are supposed to be way power that aren't. Like Pepe, like Feels Good Man Frog, you know.
You interviewed my roommate recently.
Yes, I did. Hey, good to see you.
I've been wanting to meet you, Mark Kidden. Yeah, I've been watching some of your videos.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you do great work.
Well,
thank you for protecting free speech.
Well, good. I'm glad. So, yeah, I was really proud of your roommate. He did a great job.
Yeah.
I'm glad you tracked me down. I was a little worried at the time, so I really appreciate him showing up.
Yeah, coming over here, and so when Patriot Prayer showed up, and some of you folks, I'm blown away by how much more level-headed the conversations I've had over the years are.
Yeah.
The lack of conversation I had over there.
Well, definitely post stuff like that on comments on videos and stuff, because a lot of people try to steer the narrative to say the rational. It's just amazing to me that they won't do a conversation, they won't engage at all in dialogue, and it's very scary.
Yeah.
So
that's where it starts. I mean, I have a Chinese exchange student friend here who just said, parents grew up under Mao. It all started with students attacking their professors.
Yeah.
Just baby steps in that direction.
Right. No, I actually, I can see that now. I wouldn't have believed it before. Yeah. But I think Evergreen can be an example of how it can be turned around.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful. I mean, I really am. I hope the administration gets the message, understands the importance, and gets to see what kind of resistance there exists.
Yeah.
And what they're up against.
Yeah, us students have a lot of soul searching to do. Soul searching. We have to look at the decisions we're making and who we're choosing to support and what ideologies we're choosing to push forward.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm not actually. Once I looked at the day of absence, I've actually come to the conclusion I don't actually like it.
Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah. I've actually. Yeah. I looked at it and I said, no, it's not right. It's not a good idea. It's sending the wrong
politics, and it's this idea of just power struggle between groups.
Yeah.
But that's such a bankrupt philosophy.
Yeah.
It's Marxism.
Yeah. I looked at it and said, I'm willing to consider something, and I'm still willing to consider it, but you need to explain to me, did you go to that meeting? Did you go to the off-campus thing?
No, I went to the forum and the stuff that was going on campus when it was all starting, when it was really disgusting. I mean, God, the students were
You were there during that big 2-hour meeting on the...
Oh yeah, I was there for the whole thing. That's what I told the Chinese students aside. Their parents said about, they're very worried about what this means. So it was disgusting. And President Bridges just a couple days ago went on the air and said that he was disappointed in the students. I really wish he had thought that before he conceded to their outlandish demands. I mean, he really should have had a backbone in that moment.
Well, I think a lot of, sometimes you want to go with the flow of things.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of presidents realize what's going on.
Yeah.
Because they're disconnected, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Yeah, when you're
hopefully it comes back together, and they realize. I think everyone has to really think about this issue really carefully.
Yeah.
Because Black Lives Matter made me think a lot more about what are you saying? What is it that's going on in your thinking process?
Yeah.
What are you trying to achieve with this message? That's like, I don't think so. I think you're missing the important points. I don't think that's what Martin Luther King was after.
No. I really think it's a shame that Barack Obama endorsed Black Lives Matter, because he's a black president. He busted his butt to get where he was. That's my guess, my estimation. And he gets in front of America and just sort of condones that the black community should feel victimized. He didn't encourage them to like what we should all do is take responsibility and do the best, all things considered.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I really think we're in a cult of victimhood, and that's what needs to be uprooted. And it can't be through all this violence. I mean, this fellow over here is having rocks thrown at him. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I'm really glad you're doing what you're doing. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, thanks. Yeah, well, I'll stay in contact and we'll talk through it. I want to keep, the word out there and talk through it reasonably and see if keep the dialogue going.
Yeah, thanks for not losing hope in the school. I haven't yet either.
Well, hey, I understand what you're trying to do here, and I want to see this kind of idea work. I mean, a lot of people don't understand the idea, and that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. I mean, but you need to be able to explain to people, and you need to say,
set a good example.
So your charter is to demonstrate the community that we want to become.
Right.
If you have a great idea, show us by example. If this is the example you're setting, this is what we're going to say to you. And that's the dialogue right now. Hopefully we become more.
Yeah, you got to be the change you want to be. Funny you say that. That was actually the 2010 graduating class at Evergreen's phrase, which was that.
What was what now?
The 2010 Evergreen graduating classes, they're like, every class gets to choose a phrase that epitomizes their class. So a buddy of mine was graduated that year, and that was the phrase that they elected. Yeah, be the change that you want to be that you want to see in the world.
Is that Mahatma Gandhi?
Okay. Be the change you want to see. Yeah.
Good lesson. My generation of Evergreen, I'm a greener too, but hey man, how's it going up here?
Christopher.
You're current student?
Yeah, I'm a junior, but I transferred only a few quarters ago.
I'm a dropout occasional student. But
use it in many ways.
Yeah, Evergreeners at least 8 years ago knew that lesson well, but apparently not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you had the diversity council. What was that came in? I thought that was a bit of a problematic.
I think I wasn't present for that. I've only heard a little hearsay, so I don't want to give you a dubious picture.
Right.
But the whole thing, a lot of the students seem to want to demand basically the sort of unconscious bias testing in professors, like kind of weasel out hidden racism in the faculty. And the thing is, whoever's in charge of writing these tests up can, put their ideology right into it.
You're okay with being on film?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're talking about the implicit bias test, right?
The implicit bias test. Which one of the three founders of that group completely alienated by it too. So even their founders are skeptical of their own work.
Well, no, what they were trying to point out is that everyone has biases, and it's a part of our implicit biases. In fact, we have biases. There's a Stropes test where you match colors with words and words with colors. It's easier to say the words that are of different colors than to say the colors of different words. So green, red, brown, if those are written out, it's easy. If you have to tell me the color and the words are different than the color, it's very confusing and hard to do. So that's an example of an implicit bias test, right? So, and those are universal.
Sure, and they point out a true thing about human nature.
Yeah.
But I think now the biases being tested for, I think, are rooted in postmodernist philosophy that basically there's power struggle between different ethnic and sexual and racial groups and class groups. And so basically, you know, me being a white male, taking these bias tests are trying to see if I have inherent racism in my words. And I think that's a very corrupt philosophy. I think it's basically Marxism with the new hat. Which, I mean, Marxism killed 110 people in the 20th century, and they're waving hammers and sickles over there.
110 million.
110 million people, yeah. Now China mixed with the Russian Revolution.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, well, they didn't do it right. Yeah. How many were they supposed to kill?
Yeah. Well, you know what that person who says that wasn't the real Marxism, or they didn't do it right. What they're saying is that if they were just in Stalin's or Mao's shoes, they would have brought on the utopia. I'm sorry. But I think that's...
Their utopia.
What's that?
Their utopia.
Yeah, they're utopia, and who says what's right for people.
But the majority of people...
No utopia of mine.
When, you know, it's kind of... If they were to install it, if they were to get what they wanted, they would not want what they wanted once they had.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's the kind
exactly. Like all the feminists defending like radicalized Islam and saying you can't critique Islam. I mean, go to Saudi Arabia. Just go spend a day in Saudi Arabia with one of your like shirts that says a good feminist look.
Go be openly gay in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, enjoy the view from the rooftop.
I saw that. Gays for Islam, and then Islam for gays, and it was yeah, they were throwing something up.
Unbelievable.
Do you go to school here?
I do. I'm a junior. I just transferred a couple quarters ago.
Where'd you transfer from?
Well, I transferred. I took a year off school to travel in India, but I was at a school in Iowa called Maharishi University of Management. So I basically been hopping from liberal college to liberal college, and yeah. So. Oh yeah. Oh good. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Yeah. But yeah, this whole situation has me taking a step back and looking at this place.
Don't give up on Evergreen.
I haven't.
Don't
Thank you for the encouragement.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't want to defend Evergreen as a taxpayer.
Right.
But if it's going to continue like this, I question, because I live in Tri-Cities and we have a college it's like Evergreen, but we have 7,000 students, and the class sizes are enormous. It's like 40 kids.
I was in a class with 60.
One teacher or more. And
I think 56 or something.
And the thing is per student, Evergreen receives more funding than Columbia Basin College. And I find this odd because we have twice as many students that go to Columbia Basin.
But is that a community college?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
In fact, it started out as a 2-year college, but they never classified it as a community college, and now they have 4-year.
4-year. So they migrated.
And liberal arts.
Okay.
So you can go there and get a 4-year civil engineering degree. You can go there and get a 4-year history degree. I mean, it's
top notch.
Yeah, it really
the elite
is.
of the world intellectually.
Yeah. So I have to pause and wonder, why is Evergreen getting more funding per student? Is this really worth it?
I wonder too, especially because almost 80% of all papers written in the humanities nationwide, and this is a very humanities-heavy school, don't cite a single source. 80%. So that's where taxpayers are going.
So CBC is actually aligned with Wazoo. Wazoo is one of the top research schools in the nation. Washington State University. And so they're aligned so that people can easily transfer from CBC to Washington State University. But it is very heavy writing intensive. You gotta write paper after paper. Even in like sciences, you are writing papers because that is how Wazoo is. So Columbia Basin is very research centric on all of their stuff.
Some professors, when I was talking about the potential of transferring, said, don't go to UW unless you just want to sit and do research scrupulously, endlessly.
It gets tough, but people want, like, employers want that. They want that, So, I mean, but it's hard.
Yeah,
it is
this interdisciplinary approach, it has potential. It's a sweet idea. I'm holding it under scrutiny, though.
Well, I hope you don't give up.
No, there's some beautiful professors here.
I have faith you'll make the right decision.
So did you?
Got a good head on your shoulders.
Well, as to you, and I think I can only credit my intellect to the people I talk to who teach me.
So now, did you ever have Brett, or that's not an area?
No,
you're
some of
going
my closest friends, including well, not my roommate, but my roommate's best friend, was a student of Brett. And from what I hear, I mean, in winter and spring, he was going to teach a 2-quarter course on the evolutionary origins of violence.
Yeah.
It just seems like he focuses on school, his professing job, less than his work with communities on equity in society. I mean, he's like the poster boy of what Evergreen's supposed to represent.
Well, he's very progressive.
He's deeply progressive. If you watched him on the Joe Rogan Report, because I never had him as a student, that was my first lesson from him. I mean, there's the sense that, I mean, if you want a perfect example of an anti-racist professor, I mean, look no further. It's very...
Is that the one that they harassed?
They ostracized him, yeah. They went to his class while it was in session and demanded he resign.
Oh, resign?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that? Huh?
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal.
I read the letter.
Yeah, the letter.
The majority of the faculty wrote they're still calling for his resignation.
They're still calling for his resignation, and actually the Olympian, well, not the Olympian, but administration lied to the Olympian earlier, saying that Brett was safely back on campus. He's still not even in the state of Washington.
I was going to say, I thought he left. He took his family and
took his family and booked it.
Possible.
Yeah, and the members of the school lied to the press about it. It's just 2 days ago.
You better I hope this is going live.
It is live.
Will the video be available later?
Yeah.
Names will be protected.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, yeah. A lot of that stuff I never know. You know, I always have to ask people. I hear one thing. You always want to check your sources. Check it out and make sure. You know.
Why do you think I watched the entirety of the Comey hearing?
Which hearing?
The Comey.
Oh, really?
I haven't got a chance to watch Justice yet.
Oh, it makes me so angry.
3 hours! I watched the whole thing.
Good on you. I can't.
Okay.
I'm going to keep an eye out. It's such a pleasure.
Oh, you're
well,
very interested.
I'll stay on a ride for you.
Okay, thanks. Look at this. The cops recording too. USA! 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 Police are recording, as you see, too. It's just pretty smart. Old school camera, though.
No, you think we are. We don't think shit.
Sing the national anthem. Let's sing the national anthem.
Okay, can you see where the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and broad stars through the perilous night. Oh, the ramparts we watched, so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, how the bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, take us as our spangled banner yet waves, o'er the land of
We're trying to avoid fighting. Talk among yourselves. Let's see what's going on over
When the stress burns my brain just like acid raindrops, Mary Jane is the only thing that makes the pain stop. Just let
the music take over your soul, body, and mind. Kick back, relax one time, and you will find how knowledge it is, where ice to this, only Chris to this. There is something we make, how knowledge to this, where ice to this, can't Chris to this. There is something we make.
So I'm out here.
Yeah, me
Ball
too.
Dennis.
I love it. Lay down and throw it back.
What's up, bro? See you again. Thank you for coming out, Really not much is going on here, folks. No, go ahead. Everyone's used to it. As you can see, it's nothing much going on. We are probably outnumbered by the police. Hard to put flags. Time?
About 7:15.
So it should be moving out here in a minute.
Hey, everybody drop a few burpees.
A few what?
Did everybody drop a few burpees?
He's all talking about being from combat law. Yeah.
And then they came back and said, okay, let's do that.
I can hear that. The more you can't talk, they try to carry a conversation.
Messing up again. I'm hoping it's going to recover here, but I'm not optimistic. I want to talk to these guys. Even if I can't get the connection, I'm going to go ahead and talk to him. Having fun?
What's up, brothers?
You guys are just medical backup? Okay. Cool, thank you. Back. Yeah, I wanted to check to see what they just if there was they were just medical backup. Just seeing what happens. It's so after the first onslaught, we see a very non-committed group. So that's good, you know. Some resistance. Not much to say.
But I wanted to let you know in case I went up and forgot what I was wearing. I was like, hey, Tiny, and I fucking caught one of them shit.
One of my cousins that's calling my brother inside Antifa that was over there in Portland. He was dressed up as Antifa walking around in there. He messaged me today and said to watch my back because they were talking about stabbing me. Yeah, from a guy. They have people. They said they have people going to be wearing a Trump hat and walking around in our movement.
Okay. Yeah, there's always that. espionage thing that can go on.
Yeah.
So, what's up, boys?
Hey, how's it going?
What happened to a mask?
You got the same jacket I do.
What happened to a mask? He's the one with the mask. That was over there.
Yeah.
He's the one who was standing in front of me like, I'm telling you, once I see their eyes, I don't care. I can see their whole face. We don't want to miss with these guys.
There was some good conversation over there.
Those guys on the top there, if you want to talk, everybody that's standing in front of that building, they're willing to talk. Like, that's all they know. If you want to talk about anything about the college, that's the people you talk to. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, let's get some college perspective. Those are the high school kids. So is this preserve the plants? How's it going?
How are you?
Good.
I saw your conversation with Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you had
watched it too.
Very important conversation to have.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're trying to preserve a college, not destroy a college.
Thank you. That is the goal of a lot of us students.
Yeah. Well,
not all of us.
Well,
not intentionally at least.
Yeah. Well, I think you got to talk about the consequences, but I'm glad that.
Yeah. Totally.
Long term. So you know Brett personally, or you have a class?
I don't. Nope. And to me, Brett is just a fraction of the story.
Well, so what more can you shed light on? I mean, what do you think's going on?
You know, I watched every minute of your conversation with Ryan. I don't think there's much more that I would be able to add. That was a very detailed, in-depth, and holistic conversation.
Yeah.
Those were really important points to be heard, because the story, and you guys talked about how the story was a lot bigger than just Brett. Brett triggered a bunch of people,
right?
And then the media had a field day.
Well, did they have a field day? Did we get liberal coverage? Has that? I haven't really. I keep pretty much to YouTube circles. Occasionally, I'll be drawn out to see what's going on, just to cross-check things, and come back to see what the cross conversation is. So what did you see anything in liberal media, quote unquote?
Yeah, I think all media outlets used a lot. I don't want to say all. The majority of media outlets, I think, used this story to push certain agendas that they had. On every side, everyone did.
Well, that's a
twisted facts.
That's a pattern we're seeing in the media right now, is that it's agenda driven, and we really haven't been able to see that until recently. I mean, for me, I could not fathom the attack on PewDiePie. I don't even know if you know who he is. PewDiePie, he's like a really big YouTuber. You probably don't know him, but you can look it up. The Wall Street Journal attacked him, and it was painfully obvious to anyone that knew that it was just a hatchet job on his character, right? He was just calling him a anti-Semitic, racist, you know, it was just like, no, a joke. Maybe a bad joke, you know, that's fair criticism, but, so, and then I started looking at, when someone would say fake news, I said, well, what do they mean fake news, right? Like CNN was staged some protesters, and they were Muslim protesters, but they staged them, and they didn't tell anyone that they staged that scene, right? And said, here are some protesters, like they just ran across them, but they had actually physically moved them from the scene, got a better backlighting, whatever, but they didn't tell the audience that, and they pawned it off as, oh, here was this nice-looking group in the protest. So it's like, why would you do that? I mean, don't you have any integrity in terms of news coverage? So there's been sort of, and that I think hurts everyone. You know, whatever, every side of the story. So that's kind of why I've gotten more involved in the actual coverage of the situation, finding more details about what's actually going on. I mean, everyone has a bias. I have a bias. You have a bias. You know, so that's what we got to work on. And just talk about them too. I mean, what is it you're trying to accomplish with doing this particular action? I mean, what is firing Brett actually accomplishes? You know, would you want to be fired for? You know, yeah, it's hard for me to. But yeah, it's a triggered thing, and I think. Did somebody say?
Well, I was wondering, you know, I'm trying to take a guess here. Which group did you come in with here?
Which group do you think I came in with?
Well, this might be, judging by the camo shirt there, the ball cap, but I'm going to say over yonder there.
Yeah, well, they're the only safe
Reality
group.
Engineer.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to guess right wing there, because that's certainly a right wing title.
Really?
Let me ask you, did you go to Evergreen?
No.
You from this area though?
Yeah.
What card do you hold in this?
What card do I hold?
Yeah.
Well, do you go to Evergreen?
I do.
Okay. The tax dollars that help support you going to school, those come from me, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's a community project.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. So what's your concern with this?
Well, I see honestly, the cops ain't proven to be jackasses in this. I see two groups of jackasses out here today. You got jackasses over there. We got jackasses over there. Now, if you're going to ask me which is the more reprehensible, I'd probably say the ones over there. But they're pretty close.
So what do you think should be accomplished?
I think everyone should just fucking go home.
Okay. So why do you think we're here?
Huh?
Why are we here?
When you say we, do you mean over there?
I'll say free speech side. I'll pretend like I'm speaking for them, which I can't do. They're individuals.
Well, how else are you folks going to get on the media?
What's that?
How else are you going to make folks put you on the media? Don't know and give two shits about it otherwise. People want to be mad. People want to sell news stories.
That's right.
People being mad sells news stories.
And that's kind of a problem, right? Don't you think?
Well, yeah.
So what are we going to do about that mad thing? That hate speech?
Oh, about people being mad?
Yeah.
Well, you ain't never going to do nothing about that.
Why not?
Huh? People's always going to be mad.
Well, but do they have...
I think, you know, it comes up to passing the buck, I think. You know, where I'm from, someone has a view, they just go out and say it. They don't try and hide behind flags and frogs. They certainly don't try and hide behind the stars and stripes. You know, if you want to be a racist, that's, you know, your prerogative.
But who's a racist here?
I don't know. I ain't spoke to hardly anyone.
Okay.
But you know,
I mean, no one here is supporting racism.
Well, I don't know that. I could take your word for it, but frankly, I could trust you about as far as I could throw you. You're a pretty big fella. I don't look like I could throw you that far.
Okay. So, what is a racist to you?
That's a tough one here. Well, somebody who thinks people ain't just people.
Was Brett as racist?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say he acted like a jackass, but he ain't racist.
What did he do?
Well, he wrote that email, but the email wasn't in itself racist, I wouldn't say. He just went afterwards and started acting like a jackass, trying to make himself out to be the victim. Well, same folks these are doing. Yeah, so these folks are here, maybe it ain't about racism. They want to play the victim. They want to play the oppressed party. Well, I got news for them. They ain't the oppressed party.
No one believes in... Well, the free speech don't believe in oppression.
They don't agree
believe
on the
in taking responsibility. No, that's all we agree on. We agree on taking responsibility for our actions.
See, that's taking responsibility for actions that ain't exactly theirs either. But
Why's that?
You see that one fellow? What was that fella is talking all them big words up on that circle thing with a bandana on his head? What was his name?
Joey.
I
don't remember his last name.
Looks like him ain't usually too keen on giving their names out. It says a lot about him. My name, by the way, is Beowulf Brower, if you're looking for that. But well, I'll tell you, you see him get carried out of here?
Did he get carried out of here?
Well, he walked out on two people's eye. Now he walked over there, walked back about 30 seconds later, acting all wounded and hurt like all them folks do, talking big game, and then go walking out with their tails between their legs. Now, that's pretty chicken shit behavior as far as I'm concerned on either side. Especially though, it makes it a lot worse to spend all that time talking big words, you know, about masculinity and all that, and then you act like a little, you know, I don't want to say,
I don't remember him talking about masculinity.
well, not in this particular, you know, ditch trip. You usually figure those people talk about that kind of stuff.
So, are we...
I'll ask you something though. What do you know about the frog?
Yeah, that's a meme. That's just there to that's there to make people ask questions.
Well, I'm asking the question. Explain the frog.
Well, that's exactly what it's not there for anything in particular. People use it for all kinds of things. It's just there.
It sounds like passing the buck. You don't.
No. Well, so the idea of
It's a pretty simple question. I ask you.
Well, it's a frog, is what it is.
That's like saying, what's the American flag?
It stands for the United States of America.
American flag. No, well, if I told you it's a flag, nothing more.
Yeah, but
passing the buck. Now, do you have an answer for that question, or are you afraid of what it stands for? Because I think you know damn well what it stands for. Look me in the eye when I'm talking to you, by the way. That's how you're talking to me.
Okay. The frog is a meme. People use it for all kinds of things. It's a meme. What do I use it for? I don't use it.
What do they use it for over there?
They're using there to use it for free speech. That's what we're all here for.
Okay, so the frog just means free speech.
In this context, yes. But you can use it, like you can use words in different contexts, right? You can use a frog in different contexts. It means different things to different people.
So it means to them free speech. What does it mean to other people?
I don't know what it means for other people. I know that they use it for
It's a pretty hackneyed idea, waving around symbols that you don't know where they are. About the same as I think it's a pretty hackneyed idea, sticking your nose in business that isn't really yours. You don't hold any
What do you mean it's not my business though?
You know, let me tell you something. How much care did you give to Evergreen before you saw it on the news?
I applied to Evergreen years ago.
And you didn't get in?
I don't remember what happened. It was a long time ago. I applied. I'm not sure why I didn't go, but I didn't go.
It seems to me that if I spent the time and was going to invest $1,000 in something, I'd have some recollection of it.
I don't remember the circumstances right now. I went to the Grace Harbor Community College, and then I went to Eastern Washington, where I got my degree.
Who's you know who the president of Evergreen is?
Yeah, George.
Okay. Who was the president before that?
I don't know.
See, it always comes down to that. You know, you care a lot about something right up when it tramples on your sensibilities.
So you're accusing me of just not being a good reporter?
No, I'm accusing you of being a victim.
Victim of what, though?
Well, that's for you to tell me. What are you guys protesting?
We're just here to make sure that Evergreen appreciates free speech. That's it.
I think by allowing you guys here, I think that pretty much
that's a very, very good indication. That's all it's about. I mean, just to have a conversation about what was the protest about? Why was Brett, people asking him to be fired?
Well, you gotta figure, those people are about 15 people are a lot like you. They're rabble-rousers come off from campuses. Look, they don't lead interesting lives. They want to see shit go down.
So what are you going to do with your degree from Evergreen?
I'm going to go back to work with the U.S. Forest Service.
So you want to be a forester?
I've worked for them previously, then Trump happened.
So you want to get an education so you can get your job back?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, fair enough. Well, good talking to you.
Yep.
You take care.
I was told by my buddy over here that you wanted to talk with somebody about Brett Weinstein.
Yeah.
So, I was just thinking I'd probably be more candid if I wasn't filmed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you wanted to know, basically.
Well, I mean, was it a good class? Did you learn from him?
Yeah, Brett has a hell of a following here at Evergreen. There's a lot of people that take his classes and take them over and over again.
was your major? What was your area of study that you're interested in?
I've studied a lot of evolutionary biology. So Brett and Brett's wife on this campus are like a power duo who just focus on evolutionary biology. And they teach very differently. So when I was here years and years ago, I studied under Heather. She recommended Brett to me very early on. So they teach the same thing that encompasses that they teach a topic that's all encompassing to anything that has to do with biology. So nothing's really off limits. So we could end up talking about crazy shit in our class. But yeah, so I learned from both of them.
So what would you plan to use that information for? You want to use that information for?
That's a hard question. Of course, people have been asking that to me. Like, that's what college students get asked. What are you going to do with what you're learning?
Well, I mean, do you have an area of interest? I understand it's a complicated question. I was a student before too, so I know what that's like.
Yeah, for me it seemed a necessity, almost a spiritual necessity, because I was introduced to evolutionary biology, and it really penetrated my understanding of I don't know. It made me feel the world is actually a pretty fucking brutal place, and so which was contrary to how I was raised, to just my sensibilities growing up mostly.
Did you have a religious upbringing?
Both of my
Sorry.
I come from two sides of Lutheran family, so both my grandfathers are Lutheran pastors. Lutheran background. But relaxed.
What's that?
But relaxed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I know for me, I started, I never really got a really strong evolutionary biology background. So I was kind of intrigued with his perspective when I heard him speak a couple times. And so I was just curious how he was in class for you.
Here's the other thing about Brett is that he's incredibly political, and he does not make an attempt to separate his politics from, maybe that's unfair to say, but to separate his politics from his class.
So he lives his politics in his class.
He's highly cynical, and is this recording?
Yeah. We probably can't hear it though.
Yeah, he cares about being a teacher and being a good teacher. He also puts a lot of his energy
really hear too much.
into
all I heard was like people,
another project, which is
and then
he kind of hinted at it.
On Rogan.
And Rogan, I think. So that was part of my intrigue.
Yeah, if you listen to Rogan, you kind of know what we're talking about. That's his baby. He gets together with people, whether it's at conferences or, and he puts a lot of energy into trying to come up with a system that's more equitable, and that's what he would call anti-fragile. So not fragile to what a lot of people know as the atrocities of human history, which we keep falling into, are really extensions of evolutionary
So you
patterns.
learned about the concept of anti-fragile. He talks about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he sort of hinted at some things. I'm like, I think we're on the same wavelength on that. So I was curious. I think I know where he's going with that particular idea, and I think that's compelling. I think this is a good place to experiment with that kind of stuff, and I would like to see that kind of, community experimentation, so you don't get, you can experiment, you can be wrong, and you can go on, that's my concern, and that's kind of why I'm here, is making sure that freedom to experiment is still available, that people aren't being shut down. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to say stupid things, you might have a bad idea, and I think that's,
Yeah, man.
So, Yeah, well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, I hope you have a good rest of your... How close are you to graduation?
I've got 2 more quarters after this. So.
And you don't know what you're going to do? Go to graduate school?
For the first time, I feel pretty exhausted at school, actually.
Okay.
So I need to head out and do something else. And figure out how I'm going to serve the community.
Sounds good. Well, good luck.
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Mark. Hey, I'll give you my card. You can.
Let me know if you have other questions.
Yeah. Get in touch with me there, or just. I appreciate it. Thanks. Okay. Did you want to say anything for the camera? Or?
Thanks for being here. I watched your video with Ryan.
All right. Well, thank you a lot. Appreciate it.
We need more facetiousness.
A bunch of adults at the lecture. I got real fascists standing there.
Okay, I guess it's time to start going. We're heading on out. I'm gonna all the Evergreeners, right? The green people. All right, I'm gonna finish up. All right, guys, this is the end.